Dang it, I didn't time it right again. You gotta make sure you time it perfectly, or else you'll hear like the first second of the next track. Whatever. Anyways, hello everyone. This is Logan59XP, and of course today we are here to watch the Game Awards like everyone else, because obviously we of course do this basically every year. In fact, this might be the oldest tradition on the channel outside of the Nincast. If you want to count the Nincast as being like its predecessor series, which was the old Nintendo Addict Day radio style series from 2015, which was basically season 0 of the Nincast, a predecessor so to speak. If you want to count that, then that's older. But if we aren't counting that and we're counting the actual proper Nincast that didn't start until January of 2016, then this might be the oldest tradition, because I actually streamed the Game Awards 2015 in horrible quality because my computer was woefully not up to the task at the time, because I was using my old Pentium D computer before I actually built my first proper gaming PC in 2016 and actually had competent hardware. But so I like filmed using a webcam with it was like really low quality, and yeah. The 2016 one I also did, but I didn't get to finish it because my brother had like a thing at his school that we had to go to. So I couldn't stick around for like for example, that was the Game Awards 2016. That's the one where we got not the first, but we got like a Zelda trailer at the Game Awards 2016, and I couldn't react to it when it actually happened, because I had to go to like my brother's like school like event at the time when that was happening, which really annoyed me because it's like, oh come on, this is like the Game Awards, I have to leave because of this. But so that one, so I did all of 2015 but in horrible quality that's not even public anymore. Although again, like a lot of my old videos that aren't public anymore, I think it's in the 2015 playlist. So if you want to see the horrible quality of that Game Awards 2015 stream, by all means. The Game Awards 2016 stream is everything up until the point I had to leave, I think. And then yeah, I did all of 2017. I skipped 2018. I watched 2018, but I didn't stream it because I thought they weren't gonna show anything important. And then, of course, I immediately regretted that when they announced a little character you may have heard of called Joker for the Super Smash Brothers. And so, of course, I immediately was like, "Dang it, I should have streamed." But ironically, that's exactly why I thought we wouldn't get anything. Is because, well, Smash is literally coming out. They're not going to announce anything because they don't want anything to overshadow Smash. Well, you can't overshadow Smash if your announcement is also Smash related. But I didn't think they were going to do that. I don't think anyone did. But we got, like, because they had never revealed a Smash character at the Game Awards up until that point. So we didn't even think that was possible, which is why I was like, yeah, I'm not going to stream this one, because the Smash is coming out today, so the Nintendo's not going to have anything here, so I'm not going to bother streaming it. Now, of course, nowadays, obviously I learned my lesson. I'm streaming the Game Awards no matter what, whether something is there or not now, because you can never, you can't take that stuff for granted. You can't just assume nothing will be there, because the one time you think nothing's gonna be there, something's gonna be there. So I learned my mistake in 2018, and now I've streamed every single Game Awards since then: 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and now 2023. Now the 2020 and 2021 Game Awards events I did on Twitch, and because of that, those aren't available anymore. Those are long gone to the dustbin of history, or maybe they're sitting on Twitch's servers somewhere. This goes back to the whole problem of how when you stream on Twitch, your stuff is like, it's gonna disappear eventually. It all gets deleted eventually, which is really annoying. It's one of the reasons I don't stream on Twitch anymore. But anyways, enough of all that. The point is, we're here to watch the Game Awards. And now, I did an entire discussion at the last second, basically, yesterday. That was an hour and 30 minutes long. And to my complete and utter not surprise, Basically nobody watched it, but that's fine. I wasn't really expecting anyone to. So for those of you that didn't watch it, which is most of you, basically as far as the announcements go, Microsoft is confirmed to is confirmed to have something here. In the video, I speculated that it might be Hellblade, but then I forgot that there has been rumors about it being a new Arcane game, like Dishonored 3 or something. So it could be that too. But yeah, so something from Microsoft is confirmed. We also have something from Sega, rumored to be Virtua Fighter related. We have a couple of updates for various other games like Fortnite and Warframe and stuff. And Metaphor ReFantazio, aka Project ReFantasy, is going to be here as well, so that's pretty cool. It's always nice to have at least one Atlas announcement at one of these events. And it's not even the first time the Game Awards has had an Atlas game, because we got a Persona 4 Arena Ultimax port revealed for the 25th anniversary at the Game Awards, which, yeah, that wasn't a big announcement. And we also had the official reveal of Persona 5 Strikers' localization, even though it got leaked beforehand. And you could tell it was supposed to be at the Game Awards because they had that little bit at the end where they were like, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and then it was like a couple of seconds, and then PC, like Steam, and that was supposed to, get people in the theater to be like, "Aah!" But that didn't happen because it got leaked beforehand, and it ruined everything. But hey, we ended up getting Sephiroth at that event though, so it was all fine and good. Although it really sucks that we couldn't have had the Game Awards in person, because the Game Awards, of course, during 2020, because it was 2020, it wasn't in person, it was completely virtual. So that meant there wasn't an audience to react to Sephiroth. Because you can go right now, you can just type in, Joker Game Awards reaction. You'll see, the people that are actually at the Game Awards, freaking out, when Joker's revealed. But we don't get that with Sephiroth, because Sephiroth didn't happen in person, because that year's event, because it was 2020, was all virtual. I mean, of course, it had to be, but it really did suck that we were robbed of a, in-person Game Awards, reaction of everyone losing their mind when the second they heard the do. Yeah. One thing about the Sephiroth reactions I find kind of funny is, seeing how many do's does it take people to realize what it is? How many do? How many of those does it take before people realize who it is? Because I've seen it vary from, most of them, from the ones I've seen, take about 2 to 3 do's, as weird as that might sound. That's kind of how many, quote-unquote do's it took for most people to realize it was Sephiroth. But then there were, people out there that, the first note they immediately recognized. And then there are the ones that, which admittedly are very rare, where it takes them, forever to realize who it is. And it's just what are you talking about? The song is so iconic. But anyways, so... yeah, Microsoft's gonna be here, Sega's gonna be here, Atlas is gonna be here. Sony is not confirmed, but there's rumors of maybe they'll show a God of War DLC or something. I mean, we did get the Horizon DLC, Burning Shores, last time, so anything's possible. But of course, as for Nintendo, we're not getting nothing. I said this as much in the predictions video, but yeah, no, we are not getting anything, because what are they going to show? That's for the current system. That's the problem. We are entering the twilight year of the Switch. We already know a decent amount of the 2024 pre-Switch 2 lineup as is. What are they going to show? Or at least reveal? Of course, they can show us, a new trailer for Princess Peach Showtime or whatever, but in terms of something new, what can they possibly show us that's for the current system? The only game that could possibly be is Prime 4, and it's not going to be Prime 4 because Prime 4 is very clearly being saved for when they announce the Switch 2. It'll still come out on the current Switch, like Breath of the Wild or Twilight Princess did, but how they were cross-gen, but they're saving it as a Switch 2 showpiece. That's why we haven't seen it yet, even though it's been 4 years since the reboot, and there's really no reason as to why we couldn't have seen it at this point. But anyways, so basically, I'm not expecting that much, at least in terms of stuff that I'm personally interested in. But, we'll see what happens. Let me make sure the audio is working. There we go. We'll blow up that. Make sure that we're not dropping frames. Good?
Oh, hi.
Now, of course, like most of the Game Awards, this isn't actually the start. This is like the pre-show. You can see the little timer in the corner, right? That's because it hasn't really started yet. But they do show stuff in the pre-period. Like, for example, the Strikers reveal from 2020 was in this.
Is as full of excitement and celebration as the big event.
Let me turn up the volume so I can actually hear it better.
The best in gaming from the past year.
Okay, let's turn off the subtitles. It's probably auto-generated.
Plus, the old gods of
Oh, well, of course it's auto-generated. How can it not be?
They take the stage for the first time ever. It is truly magical here, live at the Peacock Theater.
Now, one thing I barely talked about in that predictions video, and that's mainly because it took me so long to put it out. I was actually going to put out that predictions video like a week before. I was thinking of putting it out early just to get ahead of all the GTA stuff, but because I waited until the last second to put out that video, you know, by that point, you know, we got in the GTA trailer and there was nothing really else to say about that. But of course, back in like November, people were like, well, Rockstar said early December, so could it be at the Game Awards? And I was like, even though that would, quote, make sense in some ways, it also wouldn't, because GTA 6 would completely overshadow the Game Awards by an order of magnitude that's not even funny. It wouldn't make any sense for them to do that, because it would completely overshadow the awards. And I know that the Game Awards is really about the announcements and not the awards themselves anyway, but still, right, you know? I don't think Jeff, you know, even though Jeff, I'm sure, would love to have GTA 6, because it's GTA 6, I also think he would realize that, you know, this game is huge, but it's so big that it would completely and totally just overshadow the rest of the event, and then no one would talk about anything else. So they probably didn't want that. And also Rockstar knows damn well that GTA 6 is going to be like the biggest game ever made, unironically, not even joking. So they don't have to, you know, basically the game is so ridiculously big that it doesn't have to be at any event. They can just do it whenever they want. Which is the reason why we're also not, because I know there are some people that actually do think that there's a chance we could see the Switch 2 here. And to those people I say, I hope you're ready to be disappointed, because you're going to be disappointed, because there's absolutely no way in hell that is going to happen for like 3 or 5 different reasons. Number one, the same thing I said about Rockstar. The Switch 2 is so big that it eclipses the Game Awards. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, the holiday season is still in progress. Nintendo is not going to announce the Switch 2 when they still want people to buy Switches. And number three, they're probably going to have, like, you know, their own big Switch 2 event anyway. So, yeah. So wait, who won? Okay, this was for best family game. Okay. Got Doug Bowser making a rare appearance. Yeah, I say rare appearance, but you know what? I don't really care for Doug Bowser one way or the other, but I'll give him something. He at least makes public appearances, unlike a certain other Nintendo executive that's been there for the past 5 years and has yet to make a single public appearance. Which, like, why? Like, I don't know. That just personally bugs me, because it's like Iwata. Everyone knew about Iwata, and like people even knew about like Yamauchi. What is that his name? Yamauchi? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You know, the guy that ran Nintendo for like 40 years or whatever. You know, back in the NES, SNES, N64 era, in the early GameCube era, before Iwata took over in 2002.
World premieres in a row. What?
Like, no one even knows about Furukawa. I know about him, you know about him, but no one else does, because he doesn't appear, he doesn't show up. Everyone knows about Phil Spencer, because he shows up all over the place. People know about Jim Ryan, for better or worse, but nobody knows anything about Furukawa, because he hasn't made a single public appearance. I know I've said this multiple times, and I'll keep saying it, like, the day he retires, people aren't even going to notice, because he has done absolutely nothing whatsoever to cement himself in the public consciousness. And clearly he doesn't want to be a public figure. And you know what? That's his decision, but it's just, I don't know. It just bugs me he doesn't make any public appearances. But anyways. Okay, so one game they showed just a minute ago was it was a remake of a game that was rumored to get a remake. So that's one thing off the list, I guess. Wait, hold on. Wait, was that ProZD? I forget his actual name. I'm sorry. I forget what his actual name is. But that was probably ProZD. Because he makes appearances and like stuff. So that probably was him. ProZD actually made an appearance at the Summer Games Fest once. So I could totally believe that was him. I just realized they don't have the counter in the corner anymore. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, so in completely unrelated news that has nothing to do with the Game Awards, I've been meaning to put out a community post for this, but I keep putting it off for some reason. But so it's December, and if you follow Humble Bundle, then you know what that means. That means that we have a new Vegas Humble Bundle. For those of you that don't know, you know, Vegas Pro, right? Formerly known as Sony Vegas, right? You know, everyone knows about Sony Vegas. It hasn't been Sony Vegas in a long time, but it's currently just Vegas Pro, because it's not owned by Sony anymore. But you know, everyone knows it, you know, popular editing program, particularly, you know, years ago, and people pirated the crap out of like Vegas Pro 13 and stuff. But anyways, so Vegas is my main editing program. I've been using it since 2017, fully legitimately, I might add. And you want to know how I'm doing it fully legitimately without bankrupting myself? Simple. Because Humble Bundle. This stream is sponsored by Humble Bundle. No, not actually. But like in all seriousness though, yeah, like Humble Bundle pretty much yearly for the most part has been putting out bundles that include, you know, a newer version of Vegas Pro. So the first bundle that I got was in 2017, and it included it had Vegas Pro 14 among a bunch of other things, but the main thing it included was Vegas Pro 14, which at the time was only one generation old, with Vegas Pro 15 being the newest version. So I got that. That was my first version, and I used that for a year. And then in December of 2018, they put out a bundle that included 15, and of course 16 was the newest version. So basically, oh, and by the way, these bundles are like 25 bucks. They're like really, really cheap. So they're an absolute steal, which is why I love them so much, because they're so cheap. And yeah, so, you know, basically the first couple of bundles, you know, it happened pretty much every December. And you were basically one version behind, but it was ridiculously cheap, so who cares? But then there was a big gap between December 2018 and April of 2021 when we got a brand new version. Now, they redid the Vegas Pro 15 bundle a couple of times, but as far as new versions are concerned, they didn't do a new Vegas bundle until April of 2021 when we got Vegas Pro 16. And at the time, Vegas Pro 18 was the newest version, with 19 about to come out in a few months. So the gap widened from being one version behind to being 2 to 3 versions behind. But again, still very cheap price, and if you were just buying the Humble Bundles, you were still getting an upgrade, even if you were still technically on an older version. So yeah, I went from 14 to 15 to 16, building up those license keys so I could use them on other computers, which is also very helpful. And then in December of 2022, last year, they brought back the December bundles, and now they had Vegas Pro 18. At the time, Vegas Pro 20 was the newest version. And then now, right now, on Humble Bundle, you can get Vegas Pro 19 for, yeah, like 25 bucks, and you get, SoundForge and a couple other things, but Vegas is the main thing that matters. And yeah, I've been buying all of those. So I got keys for 14, 15, 16, 18, and 19. Why not 17? Well, because Humble Bundle never did a Vegas Pro 17 bundle, so it's kind of annoying that the collection is kind of like missing something there. But yeah, so yeah, basically, I guess they're back to the December release schedule that they used to have in the beginning. But yeah, so you know, if you're on an old version of Vegas, like if you're still rocking like Vegas Pro like 13, 14, like any of those like really old versions that don't have hardware acceleration, then please, I implore you, go to Humble Bundle right now and buy Vegas Pro 19 for 25 bucks. You will not regret it. Comes with a bunch of new features, it is more stable, and more importantly, has hardware acceleration. Although, if you are on an old version, you can install a plugin. I think that's like actually like really cool. I'm gonna butcher it because I'm not entirely sure how you say it, but there's this really cool plugin that I think it's called Vocoder, I think is how you pronounce it. But basically, it's this really cool plugin that works with Vegas as well as Premiere and DaVinci Resolve, where you can basically export and render to pretty much any codec you want, even codecs that aren't supported by the program itself. Like for example, this plugin goes all the way back to Vegas Pro 12, which came out like over a decade ago, and it still works with it, and you can export to like HEVC and AV1 with GPU encoding too for Intel, Nvidia, and AMD on like an ancient version of Vegas. It's like really cool. So even if you didn't want to upgrade to a newer version for whatever reason, maybe plugin compatibility with some old plugins or whatever, then I at the very least implore you to go download Vocoder. It's like Voukoder, I believe is how you type it. It's made by like some guy in I think like Poland or Ukraine or something. I don't actually remember, but that's why the name is sounds like that. Because it's made, you know, in one of those countries. But yeah, you know, so that plugin's really cool. I've been actually very tempted to donate to that guy because he deserves it. That plugin is genuinely really awesome. It's what I've been using it for the past year. I highly recommend it. You know, whether you're on, you know, a new version of Vegas, an old version of Vegas, or hell, you can even use it again on DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. Although you should know that the plugin will only work on DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is the paid version, not the free version, because the free version of Resolve doesn't support plugins. But if you're on Premiere Pro, and by the way, for all you people out there that are still holding out on CS6, which is like the last version of like the Adobe programs that had perpetual licenses, you know, before they went all subscription. It works on there too. So even if you're running, you know, CS6, you know, you're running that into the ground, you can still use Vocoder. Again, I'm probably butchering that. I'm not sure if that's actually how you say it. But yeah, so this stream is sponsored by but like seriously though, actually go download that plugin. It's an awesome plugin. And yeah, go download that Humble Bundle for Vegas Pro 19, especially if you're on an old version of Vegas. If you're on like Vegas Pro like 18, it's not really needed, but I think it's nice. But if you're on like 17 or older, I definitely recommend it, simply because it fixes one of the big problems I had with like 17, 16, 15, 14, which is those versions only have like limited 8-bit color. Like if you know what the whole limited full range thing is when it comes to like color spaces and stuff, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because one thing that always bugged me about Vegas was how when you rendered the video you got was like darker. No, not darker. It was more like blown out and like it looked kind of off. Not dramatically so, but it looked wrong. It didn't look quite right. And I always wondered why that was. And apparently that's because those older versions of Vegas had limited, not full. But starting with Vegas 18, they have full. So as long as you have it set to that, you're good. Although there is a workaround for older versions of Vegas where you can use the levels plugin, you set it to like computer to studio RGB or whatever. So you can work around it, but it's just easier to have a version that just works correctly out of the box. You don't have to do any weird workarounds. Yeah, so yeah, the Vegas side tangent over, I guess. Actually, you know what? Since we're basically waiting for the awards to really start still, let's go ahead and put this over on the side.
Congratulations, Forza Motorsport. Here at the Game Awards, we believe strongly in accessibility.
And I'm going to show you
it a priority.
Here's the plugin.
The Odd Gentleman.
I might as well show you just so you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, vocoder, I guess is how you actually pronounce it. So yeah, it's this really cool plugin. Yeah, it works. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve Studio, but again, keyword Studio, not the free version. Studio, Premiere Pro. It also works with After Effects, and then you have Vegas, and it goes all the way back to again CS6 for Premiere, and version 12 for Vegas itself. So yeah, it's a really cool plugin. As you can see right here, it supports AV1, H.264, HEVC, ProRes, VP8, VP9. Also supports all the audio formats under the sun. Again, even formats that aren't supported by the program itself normally. So yeah, it's a free plugin. Highly recommend you check it out. Although if you're on I'm going to focus on Vegas because Vegas is what I use. If you're using Vegas, make sure you download the appropriate connector, because you need this connector thing to make it work. So, for example, if you're on 18 or newer, you download the appropriate one. There's a download for each specific version. And if you're on 12 through 17, you just download this one. Download that, and then download, the newest version is 13.3. Don't worry about this. This is a new beta of like an upcoming like program he's working on, but it's not anywhere near ready yet. So don't worry about this. Plus, this doesn't work on all of them. Just focus on the main program right now. Yeah. So yeah, and again, it works with Premiere Resolve Studio, not the free version. And yeah, you can go download it, and yeah, you can also donate to the guy. I very much would recommend you do so. I'm considering doing it myself because the plugin is really, really awesome, and I've absolutely donated to people before that have made really cool things. Like, for example, really quickly, again, where is it? This website is really cool. I think I've talked about them before, but I'm going to give them a proper shout out because this website is awesome. This website, Sitting on Clouds. These guys have tons of video game and anime music available in MP3 and FLAC, and I've been using them for about a year. They're really, really cool. Highly recommend this site. I even donated to them. So for example, if you go to like the Sitting on Clouds Discord and you look in like the donators section, you'll see that I'm in there. I actually donated to them. That's how much this website is awesome. So yeah, I'm very tempted to yeah, donate to this guy as well. But anyways, so yeah, Vodacur, definitely go check that out. Awesome plugin, highly recommend it, especially if you're on an old version, doesn't support newer encoding standards. And also, just to be 100% clear about Humble Bundle here, let's go to Humble Bundle. Software, and here we go. Here's the Vegas bundle. Comes with Vegas Pro 19 Edit. It also comes with SoundForge and some various other things, but the main thing is Vegas, and yeah, it's only 25 bucks. By default, it's 30, but you can just do 25 and you'll get everything. But it has to be 25. So yeah, 25 bucks, Vegas Pro 19. That's an absolute steal. I highly, highly recommend it. I've been buying these bundles for the past 5 years. I've been very happy with them. And yeah, if you're on an old version of Vegas, go buy this. If you are looking to get into video editing and you want something that's cheap and is well known, there's tons of tutorials for Vegas. Obviously, it's a very well known software. Again, 25 bucks. You can't go wrong with that. Now, of course, you can get the free version of DaVinci Resolve for free, so you can also try that out as well. And while I have used DaVinci Resolve a little bit, I am absolutely trash at DaVinci Resolve. It's the learning curve for that is a lot higher than Vegas, so I would definitely recommend you do Vegas. But anyways, although there is one thing I will say. If you are upgrading from an older version of Vegas and you're used to the Vegas Pro like 15 through like 18 color palette, I highly recommend you change the color palette in the newer versions to something that resembles the older color palette, because yeah, so let me show you. I'm going to show you real quick, because again, the Game Awards hasn't even really started yet, so, and they're not really showing anything that like I really have anything to say. So we can go ahead and do a little side tangent here. Oh, I think the audio just cut out. Oh, now it's back because Vegas is loading. But anyways, so let me go ahead and show you something that I highly recommend any first-time user of Vegas does, regardless of your own. Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's the video I made yesterday, the predictions for the Game Awards. Let's go ahead and close out of that. Okay, so here's the first thing that you should do if you're upgrading to Vegas Pro 19 or newer. Okay, so you see these colors, right? If you're used to any of the older versions of Vegas, you'll be familiar with these colors, or at least a version of these colors. But these colors are actually a bit darker. I made these ones myself, and yeah. So let me show you what they look like by default. That is what the colors look like by default, and you might say, okay, that's not a huge deal. Oh, really? Well, in my opinion, I'm gonna try and... Oh, dang it. What am I doing? Why am I even doing this? Anyways, so I'm just gonna take this image, which is the image from the video I did yesterday. Now, I will admit I have it set up in a way that it's not actually as bad as it could be, but in my opinion, these colors are just way too bright. And also, it makes the text hard to see sometimes. Like, you can see right here how, like, this purple one looks fine. This pink one's okay. But then but look at this yellow one. You can't even see that. In fact, this isn't even what it looks like out of the box. This is what, like, this is kind of like, again, the 15 through 18 kind of style, where we got the bar right here and like the effects and stuff right here. But what it actually looks like out of the box is that. This is what it looks like out of the box. And I don't know about you, but this always bugged the heck out of me. So what I did is I turn on event headers. That makes it look more like the older versions and looks better. And then I changed the color scheme from these like pastel colors. And don't get me wrong, I understand the idea behind the pastel colors. They're a neat idea on paper, but I just personally think they're too much. So what I did is you can go in here and you can change the colors to something that's not as eye-searing and more readable as well. So you can change the colors to whatever you want. There's also a color picker tool. And what I did is, let me go ahead and bring it up actually. Because again, the game might as well, you know, screw it, why not? So let me see. I got a big got a USB drive here with all the installers and stuff. Let's see, content creation. Assuming it doesn't. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to show you how much. Hey, look, there's a Reload trailer. It's probably just one of the trailers we've already seen before, but still, it's cool that it's there.
Good morning.
But anyways, so here's all. So I got like a bunch of these programs. Yeah, so I got the newest version of Resolve in here, as well as a couple other things. Like there's some open source video editors I have just to mess with. But so yeah, there's vocoder and all of the various plugins and stuff. So. Yeah, I got SoundForge assets. Here's Vegas. Here's all the Vegas versions I have. So these are all 100% legit. These are not pirated. These are all actual versions I own. 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, as well as some movie studio versions and DVD Architect. So here's the classic colors, so to speak. That's what you're familiar. These are the colors you may be familiar with if you've used, 15 through 18. And so what I made is I took those colors, I modified them to be darker so they fit better on the newer version, and so all of like the text and icons are legible. Because even by default, the older color palette, in my opinion, is not as viewable on the newer UI. So yeah, basically I just took all of these colors and made them this, and that's the color palette I would recommend. Again, whenever I get around to making that community post about the bundle, I might go ahead and post these as well. Just so it's like easy for people to copy from if they want to try out these color palettes. I highly recommend them myself, but yeah, so So we got a Reload trailer. I'm not sure if that's a new trailer or not. I haven't been keeping up with the Reload trailers, to be honest. I've kind of been like, because I kind of want to, you know, go into, ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Tactica. I've been working on Tactica, by the way. I'm on my, I think I'm about to enter the final world. I did stream the game when it first came out, but I've been just playing it on my own. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's got some fun gameplay, but it's also pretty much Q3 as far as the story goes. Like, it's very much a self-contained story that I still guarantee, even though again I don't know this because I haven't finished the game yet, but I guarantee you is going to end with everyone getting their memories wiped. But yeah, so. But yeah, so. You also got a bunch of versions of like SoundForge and stuff and whatever, but the main one is Vegas. And of course I got all my product keys right there, so I don't have to go to the website every time. I'm obviously not gonna show you the product keys, obviously, but they're all in there for the simplicity's sake. So yeah, it's cool that I have so many versions of Vegas that I can go back to. And it's nice because it means I can put them on basically whatever computer I want and I don't have to worry about running out of keys. Although the newer the version, the better. So right now I have 19 on this computer, then I have 19 on a laptop, and then I have 18 on a different laptop, and then I have 15 on like a really old 2009 laptop that I really just put on there for the heck of it, even though I'm never going to use it for anything. Because I can. Oh, and by the way, each Vegas install gives you two installs at the same time. So if you have a desktop and a laptop, you can install the same version of Vegas on both of them at the same time, no problem. But if you want to install into a third computer, then you're going to need another license. So again, so that means grand total I have like, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I have 10 installs at the same time I can basically do between these 5 different versions, because you can have 2 installs per version. But anyways, so there's some VTuber thing going on the screen right now or something. But anyways, so okay, enough about that. Dang it, now I'm gonna have to change the colors again. Ah, screw it, let's do it right. We'll just do it on, let's just go, give me back the thing, where is it?
And thank you so much to the Game Awards. I still can't believe this is all happening.
Where the heck is modified colors? Okay, so let's go ahead and put that over here. Now let's go ahead and copy paste those. Thank God for the little, that tool right there, else this would be like way more annoying. Trying to make sure I'm not clicking on the wrong thing here. There we go. That's much better. Now it's darker, less eye-searing, and more importantly, you can clearly see all the icons. So yeah, enough about that. But yeah, so there's the Humble Bundle. I recommend you go check it out. But anyways, so yeah, Vegas side tangent officially over. So yeah, I don't know if that trailer they showed for Reload was new. It looked new, but I'm not sure if it is. Again, I haven't played Persona 3 at all yet, so I kind of want to go into it with as blind of an experience as I really can. I mean, of course, I know aspects of the story, and of course, I know the characters to some extent, but that's about it. Of course, I know how the game ends. I think everyone, if you have followed the Persona community for like 5 seconds, you know how the game ends. Everyone knows. It's a big meme. So, yeah. World of Goo 2. That's a throwback. That's probably why they said 15 years or something. Yeah, I guess the first game really is that old. That was on like the Wii. That was like a WiiWare game, I think. The original.
A brand new fantasy RPG from the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5. live, and tonight they're giving us a glimpse into this
Okay, metaphor.
and gameplay. Let's do this.
Okay, here's metaphor.
It's a story about a world very
Of course, we got the Xbox logo because Atlas has got or Microsoft's got the marketing rights to like all the Atlas games right now. We saw that earlier with the Reload trailer.
To put it another way, this is a fantasy.
Project Fantasy. Yeah, Studio Zero. From the dream team of Meguro, Soejima, and Hashino. All three of them. Yeah, and they're gonna showcase it. It's a big selling point. Oh, they got someone from Nier Automata. Yeah, there's Meguro. Oh, even their Nocturne in there. Even Nocturne gets a shout out. Even Galleon.
When any among the populace might be king.
Their speeches of tribal harmony mean nothing when every day they cheat and abuse us.
It tells of
Yeah, there he is, Hashino, who also did Nocturne as well. One thing I do find kind of weird, and I remember this was a thing in the previous trailer as well, was that the game doesn't look like it's running at 4K. It looks like it's running at like 1080p, and they're like nearest neighbor scaling it because it looks very jagged, even though this is clearly running on like the Series X or whatever. So it's like really weird because like the Persona 3 Reload gameplay is all like 4K, so it's like really weird. It's coming out on PlayStation 2, by the way. Don't be worried. That's just because of the Microsoft marketing deal. It's coming out on both PS4 and PS5.
Very far from done. Our big show is about to begin, but don't worry, this isn't the last you'll see of me. I'm staying all night, baby. And I cannot wait because this show is absolutely stacked. We have tons of big awards, even more world premieres of brand new games, and an incredibly special guest, a legendary actor and performer of both the stage and screen, the Muppet himself, the great Gonzo. I have to admit, I'm freaking out. I'm completely starstruck. And get this, the cast of the show, based on the Fallout franchise, is here to debut an exclusive new look at the series.
Oh yeah, there's a new Fallout series. They got a new trailer. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime, I think.
Okay. Thank you all for going on this journey.
So this is awkward because the event is basically about to really start, and I need more water, but I don't want to get up in case something happens.
Now.
Alrighty, let's see the Jeff.
Welcome to the Game Awards.
Show us Jeff.
Now, here is your host, the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
There he is, the Jeff man himself. Hey, there's Aonuma wearing the shirt like he did in 2017.
Everyone, and welcome to the Game Awards. Tonight is our 10th TGA, a global celebration of video games, and boy, do we have.
Yeah, it is the 10th. Wait, no, it's not. Well, depending on how you count it. The first Game Awards that was the Game Awards on its own was 2014. But if we were going back to like the Spike Video Game Awards, then I guess it's 2013.
This is a show about bringing our community together in this room and online around the world to focus on something we can all agree on. There's nothing more powerful or more immersive than an extraordinary video game. Great games comfort us, help us understand different perspectives on the world, and maybe even change us. That's what makes this medium different. Games, the actual things we play, are insanely special, and we're going to celebrate that for the next few hours. And we've got such an amazing group of people with us. They're built by talented creators and teams, and many of them are here tonight. Mr. Aonuma, Mr. Fujibayashi, great to see you back after winning Game of the Year in 2017 for Breath of the Wild. Good luck tonight.
Hey, look, he's got a little Triforce
One
pin.
of our industry's greatest creative and technical forces, Mark Cerny, PlayStation's lead system.
Oh, Mark Cerny's here. Okay, I didn't even realize that. That's neat.
Thank you for being here, Mark.
We haven't seen Mark Cerny in a while.
Pizza Towers here too.
The guys behind Pizza Tower.
Everyone's here.
Everyone is here. Do 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 do.
Welcome. I think we'll be seeing you a little bit later.
They actually
tonight.
did do that once. Like when they revealed Sephiroth, like the lead-in quite literally was Jeff saying everyone is here.
Who are celebrating 40 years of Capcom this year, and a Game of the Year nomination for Resident Evil. Welcome, guys. It's so great to have you with us. Now we have a big show. So
Well, he says that every year. I'm just saying. I'm not one of those people that's like, ugh, the Game Awards, but like, he says that every year.
And welcoming back to the Game Awards, yep, we're gonna do it. The actor behind Kratos in God of War, Christopher Judge.
I heard Christopher Judge. Hold on, I'm like opening my curtains right now, so I can't see what's on the screen. But I heard Christopher Judge. Hey, why is it open? Oh, I opened it wrong. There.
Oh, what a card.
Are we gonna get another? Are we gonna get another like 8-minute long speech? Because last year wasn't it like kind of like the two things that people knew about last time around were the Bill Clinton guy at the end, and then it was like Christopher Judge was like talking for like 8 minutes or something.
Mother. All right. I get it. I'm not gonna stand up here making long speeches. I'm gonna stick to the script. No 8-minute speech like last year. But
They just straight up say it. It was 8 minutes.
my speech was actually longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign. What?
Wow, that I wasn't expecting him to say that. I mean, oh man, yeah, that, yeah, the. But tis
Company I'll never work for.
whatever. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 got raked over the coals for its like really short campaign. The multiplayer, I mean, I played in the multiplayer beta and I liked the multiplayer beta, but yeah, the campaign got absolutely ripped to shreds.
Acclaimed by critics.
Good thing I don't play the
These
campaigns.
actors delivered 6 unforgettable performances. And here are the nominees.
Best performance.
Revenge is a weapon. It's been a long 5 years. Hope may feel beyond our grasp.
You play grown-up games, you face grown-up consequences.
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake? Wake has a double.
My name's Astarion. They won't ever control me again.
Ready for your annual physical?
We have to talk. I'm the hero here.
Still haven't played Spider-Man 2, by the way.
Whoever wins.
Like I said, clearly Idris Elba's not there.
Take as long as you want to. Thank everyone who's ever meant anything in your life. And I dare you. I double dare you to try to break my record 7 minutes 59 seconds. And the award goes to Neil Newbar.
Wait, is he wearing... There's a name for what he's wearing, but I couldn't tell you what it is. So wait, is this for...
Hi.
This is for Baldur's Gate, I think, right? I wasn't paying attention.
This is unreal.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. So first Baldur's Gate 3 award. Be prepared to see at least a couple more of them because it's Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not knocking Baldur's Gate 3, by the way, but yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is the game of the year. I mean, whether it's game of the year is different, but this is like the popular game. This is the Elden Ring of 2023. It's like if Reddit alone, I know Reddit's Reddit, whatever, but you know, Reddit, but if like Reddit or Twitter, if you asked them what game would win game of the year, it would win by default. It's like the popular game.
And to my agents, I will thank you later. I'm sorry, I'm going to wrap it up apparently.
one thing I will say, please, if that's okay. The community has reached out
Okay,
to
so
so many of
Atlas
us
has
regarding-
put up
said they
both
were
the
seeing
Metaphor
the
trailer as well as the
represented by
Persona
this
3
game
trailer, so I'm guessing that Persona 3 trailer was actually new.
Alone, and this game brought
It
them
had new
together
stuff
and
in
gave
it,
them
so
something
I
to push
thought
through
maybe it was
to help
new.
them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us. I appreciate it. You're not alone in this. None of us are. Thank you.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, Baldur's Gate 3 is the fan favorite. That's the easiest way I can put it. It's the fan favorite by far. Now, granted, that was for like a voice actor, not the game itself, but still.
Now it's time to look ahead to what you'll be playing next. Let's get to those world premieres, and for the honor of presenting
But hold on, Jeff. But you said that we weren't gonna call them world premieres anymore. He literally broke his own rule.
author, Matthew McConaughey.
Now, granted, they're not putting the world premiere tag up, but he said world premiere, even though they said they weren't going to use that anymore.
Thank y'all for having me.
Wait, why is it blurry all of a
Good to be
sudden?
here. What's up, everybody? Good to
I think
be
the
here
camera
with
just
you
got
at
out of
the Game
focus for a
Awards.
second. It's set to 4K, right? Yeah,
I was gonna come
4K.
out and I was gonna say the line that has preceded me all my career. All right, all right, all right. But they told me, they said, no, don't do that. Come out and say, pew, pew, pew. All right, we'll see how that handles. I'm here tonight because I have a world premiere for you from Austin's own Archetype Entertainment. I'm also here tonight because the video game that I'm premiering is the first ever video game that I'm a part of. Yay. When the Archetype team first reached out to me, I was excited about becoming a part of the gaming world, but what really turned me on was when they shared the game's vision and my role in it. I will be voicing a character in this game, and all I can say is that I will have a unique relationship with every player. In this game, time moves differently. Days for you are decades for your loved ones back home. The choices that you make not only affect the people that you love, they'll also affect your entire civilization for generations to come. Now, personally, I have had some experience with time dilation. And now you can too. So now I'm proud to
I have
share
no
the first
idea
ever
what this
look at
is.
Exodus.
Max, we need to head back.
Hold on, I'm getting a reading.
Max!
Wait!
What she found that day was a miracle. It would be our salvation to fight against the Celestials, humanity's
Wait.
greatest enemy.
No, it's a game though. It's not an update. So I was gonna say, is this like that Warframe update? But no, because Warframe's made by Digital Eclipse, I think is their name. No, so we said this was a new game, not an update.
The Celestials hunted us down. I knew they'd keep chasing us until they ripped our ship apart, and I had to save her. I led them away from this world, away from her. We both knew the cost of using the gates. When you travel at light speed, time slows to a crawl.
Oh yeah, by the way, in completely unrelated news, quote unquote. So apparently there was a new interview with Aonuma recently, and from I think Games Radar, and they asked him a couple of questions. Like they asked him like, "Hey, you guys making an Ocarina of Time remake?" And of course, the answer that Aonuma gave was no comment. Obviously. Why do people okay, you want to something that really bugs me? Why do companies like IGN and GameSpot always, we've reached out to X company for comment? Why do they do that? I genuinely don't know why. They know they're not gonna get anything from them, so why even bother?
We are the travelers.
And why do interviewers ask questions they already know that they already know the answer to? Like, why are you like, that's like asking Sakurai, hey, you working on a new Smash game? What do you expect them to say? Oh yeah, we're totally working on it. It's coming out next year. No! I don't know, that just bugs me. Like, why do interviewers ask questions that they know they're not going to get an answer to? That bugs me sometimes when it's like that blatant. Like Aonum was going to say anything.
All right, well now we're going to go right on to another world premiere.
He's literally breaking his own rule. We're not calling him world premiere. Okay, so here's the God of War thing, probably. Maybe. I don't know. I said it could have been God of War DLC. That's what was rumored, but they didn't show the Santa Monica though, so maybe it's not that. No, it is. It is, okay. God of War DLC. Makes sense. They had Horizon DLC last year. There's the Santa Monica studio. I have the first one, God of War 2018. I have it on disc. Still haven't played it. My dad's played it. He's played it all the way through. I haven't played it at all yet. I'm sure we'll end up getting Ragnarok at some point. But anyway.
No shame in what just happened. It's all part of the process. Let's go again.
Now, I wonder, is this going to be PS5 only like Burning Shores was? Valhalla? It's a fitting name, I'd say. Ooh. A week away. That's free. Free. A free expansion. That is not what I would have expected. I would have expected it to be like Burning Shores, where it's like a $30 DLC or whatever. Now, they didn't say if it was going to be on PS4 and PS5.
Combat with elements inspired by the roguelike genre for an emotional, unexpected, and fun new twist. And yes, as you saw, it is free. The team at Santa Monica Studio are fans of their fans and are offering this DLC, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, as a gift to the community, and you will be able to download it in just 5 days on December 12th.
So that's cool. Free expansion.
Amazing. All right, switching gears. Our next world premiere comes from a small independent team of developers in Australia. I love that this show can give a platform to independent creators. Their last game in 2019 was a sensation, and their next project is equally exciting and unexpected.
Okay, see, the second they said 2019 hit, I'm like, what game would that be? Well, there's the answer from the guys that made Goose Game. You remember when that game was a thing? We actually bought it on, like, the Switch. Because reasons, I don't know. And I don't buy third-party games on the Switch. Because why should I? It's literally a worse version for the same price. But it's Goose Game. It's gonna run the same on everything, so why not?
Let's go.
So here's the thing when it comes to like showcasing like quote, you know, indie games, independent games, is there's kind of this thing where it's like, on the one hand, you need to have them, and it's obviously nice for the developers to get their game showcased at a big event. But the problem is, and this is kind of the truth of the matter, most people don't want to see these games. They want a showcase that is all heavy hitters, all killer, no filler. And to a lot of people, games like this is filler. Which is why every time there's a direct, people always complain how it's like 50% indies and JRPGs, because that's not what we want to see. And for what it's worth, I would prefer, I mean, personally, if I can have a gaming showcase, I would rather it be all killer, no filler too, but I don't know. It's a balancing act. I don't know. No disrespect to any of those like indie developers. Really, I'm really not trying to disrespect them. It's just the cold hard truth is people, they just want their AAAs. They want AAAs. That's all they want.
All right, trust me, we are just getting started, guys. There are so many game announcements, awards, and musical performances ahead, including the Old Gods of Asgard from Alan Wake 2. Just wait, it's amazing. We'll be right back.
Asgard and Alan Wake 2? What? Oh, this is that Prince of Persia 2D game.
I'm here to save a prince.
Are you now? Prince Hassan has been kidnapped.
Take the lead, Sargon.
You are to leave for Mount Karth at once. Bring him back. Bring back my son.
You want to know something else that kind of bugs me? This isn't a big one, I'll admit. This is a very nitpicky one on my part, but the Ubisoft original tag, it's so utterly unnecessary. Like, of course it's a Ubisoft game. We all know it is. You don't need to tell us. It's got the Ubisoft logo on the box. It's like they're treating their games like it's a Netflix show or something. It's just weird. Like Assassin's Creed, a Ubisoft original. Far Cry, a Ubisoft original. It's like you don't need to. It's really unnecessary in my opinion, but whatever. Now, admittedly, for a game like this, it makes more sense because Prince of Persia hasn't been a thing in a long time, and this is also like a spin-off. So I don't know. It's a little different as compared to their staple franchises, but. Maybe I'll check that demo out. Oh, yep, the Fortnite. Yeah, Lego Fortnite, I've heard about this. Apparently, Fortnite also has basically a new Rock Band game developed by Harmonix themselves, which is kind of weird. That's kind of neat. Oh, yeah, they got the little Lego building animation. It's kind of weird how, like, I mean, Fortnite has just outgrown its original purpose so much. Like, remember when Fortnite was originally like a zombie survival type game? I remember in 2017 when that's what the game was, and it has evolved so far beyond its original purpose, for better or for worse. Now it's this big metaverse, like you can make games inside the game type of thing. There's a new game by Psyonix that's made in Fortnite as well that they're coming out with. It's like really weird. And it's not like a mode. It's like a game, but it's like in Fortnite. It's like weird. I don't know.
Please welcome a former Game Award winner for Best Performance, Ninja Theory's Melina Jurgens.
The time for Hellblade?
Performing an original piece from our upcoming game, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, I'm proud to introduce to you to one of my favorite bands, Hylom.
Okay, maybe not. You know what? Hold on. This would be a really good time for me to go and get water real quick. This is probably going to take a couple minutes. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Hopefully that'll be enough for the rest of the stream. Speaking of water actually, this is going to be a random side tangent, but I'm sure if you've been watching LTT for the last few years, you'll be very familiar with the LTT water bottle. I'm very tempted to get one. The design looks really, really cool with the circuit board. Actually, speaking of LTTstore.com, so when I went up, a few weeks ago for Thanksgiving, I went over to my cousin's house. We went over there for Thanksgiving, and one of my cousins, and I didn't even realize this at first, he actually had an LTT water bottle, like the original, like 2020 LTT bottle that had Linus Tech Tips written all along the side, but it was the stealth version, so you could barely even tell it was an LTT water bottle in the first place, kind of defeating the entire purpose of the water bottle, in my opinion, but whatever. So he had an LTT water bottle, and he was wearing an LTT flannel, and I didn't even notice at first. The only reason I even figured out that that's what was happening was because we ended up somehow diverging into something. I think it was like, I don't even know how we got into that topic, but somehow the topic of LTT store came up, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I actually have like, you know, I have this as LTT. I also have like LTG like pajamas and stuff and like whatever." And I was like, "Oh, really?" I wouldn't have even noticed. I mean, I know that's kind of the whole point, because LTT's whole thing is, you know, our stuff isn't just merch, it's like actually quality stuff you would want to use, and it's more than just merch. And one of the ways they do that, aside from just being actually good products, is that they hide their branding. Like on the flannel, there's a little LTT like little thing, but you can barely see it. So I wouldn't have even noticed that that was LTT unless I had seen that little thing, and I didn't even notice at first. But I guess that's kind of the whole point, is, you know, not having it scream, "I'm wearing LTT stuff." That's kind of the whole thing, right? It's supposed to be subtle, which I'm guessing is the reason why he maybe went for the stealth. I don't know. I wouldn't get the stealth. I'd get like, because like with the stealth, you can barely even see the circuit board design, and the circuit board design is actually really cool. I mean, if I were to get one, it'd probably be like the red and white one is the one I'd probably would go for. They got tons of colors, but anyways, so yeah. I don't know. Just it's kind of funny how he actually had LTT stuff, and I didn't even notice until it somehow randomly got brought up. I don't even remember how. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not someone I'm not a merch person really. And I don't really have interest in anything else LTT store has, but that water bottle does look pretty sick, and they got it in multiple sizes. So, you know, my current water bottle works just fine. You know, it's a hydro flask. You know, it's solid, obviously, but I would definitely like to switch this out for an LTT one at some point, just because that circuit board design is pretty cool. Plus, this water bottle's got some dents in it from all the times I've dropped it. But, yeah, anyway, that's a whole other thing, though. But, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, so here's kind of something I'm thinking of doing whenever I get around to that. I'm thinking of doing an unboxing for it. Not necessarily because of the water bottle itself, but because what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of getting two. A 40-ounce and a 21-ounce. And the 21-ounce will be one of the mystery bottles, so it can be a surprise what color I get. And that could be like a little thing we do in a video or something. I mean, no guarantees, and it's really not that big a deal. But, you know, I haven't done unboxing in a while, and, you know, why not? You know, I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, there was Hellblade. I kind of talked over the whole thing, but 2024.
Coming in 2024 to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. Now to present our next award, please.
Now, the question I have is that it? Is that all we're going to get from Microsoft? Is it just Hellblade?
It's Ed Boon.
Ed Boon, the mortal of the combat.
The best stories are the ones we get lost in. Tonight's nominees for Best Narrative got us all in their
So we got something from Sony, and we got something from Microsoft, although it wasn't really new, technically. It was just more of Hellblade. I mean, I said this earlier, but we're not getting anything from Nintendo. I would be... What would they even show? The only game that makes any sense to show is Prime 4, but they're not going to show Prime 4 because they're saving that for the Switch 2. So, yeah. And there's Keanu Reeves. I wonder if we'll get a new FF7 trailer.
And the award goes to Alan Wake 2.
I imagine Alan Wake 2 is going to win a couple of awards as well. I think, is this the first one they've won? I think this is the first one they won.
Thank you so much. Alan Wake 2, from the beginning, was a very story-focused project for us. I share this with the whole narrative team, the writers, Clay, Tyler, Sinikka, narrative designers who made the story into gameplay, Simone, Molly, the whole narrative team, directors working with actors, Anssi, Hannah, Rosie, Holly, all the wonderful actors here tonight, some of them, Melanie, Ilkka, Matt and David, but the whole cast, wonderful actors, and the song makers who made custom music, custom songs to extend the story. Here tonight later, Voice of Wallace, All Gods of Asgard, Poe, This Road, every song maker coming through Fright Music for our chapter songs. Thank you. We wanted to push things further, to do something new, and it's always a risk. For you to embrace it and understand it means so much. I'll treasure this always. Thank you.
アーティストとして私たちは想像力を駆使して目に見えないものを見ることができます。私たちはボーダーレス。私たちはアーティスト。私たちはどこにでも存在する。私たちはアンシーン。
What?
You may have recognized that incredible creator who built her own independent studio in Tokyo, and she wanted to show you what she's been working on.
I was gonna say, what was that an ad for? I was like, that's an ad for something. I couldn't tell what it was.
Audience and the fans first. So that's what we're gonna do. We're honored to have her back at the Game Awards. Please give a warm welcome to Akumi Nakamura.
Wait, is this who I think it is? Wait, this is the person that was at Tango Gameworks, right? I don't actually know if that's who this is, but I think that's who this person is. This is that person from Tango Gameworks that was like a meme or something at one point.
To be on
I'm super excited.
Okay. Thank you. First
Because yeah, she left Tango Gameworks like a couple of years ago.
Artist 見てる and you, thank you, you, all you. Your support changed my life. Today, I am honored to introduce our first project, Kimberly. It's time to see the unseen. 見てね! Bye bye!
Now, what kind of game is that?
So many incredible projects tonight. Thank you, Akumi. Now, tonight, it's not lost on me that all of our Game of the Year nominees are from big established franchises. And while we all love a big sequel, it's important to use a place like TGA to introduce you to brand new worlds like what you just saw with Kamuri and like this project.
My sister fair, she sings like morning. My sister true, she laughs like noon. My sister grace, she drowned this evening, but still visits by the light of the moon. We prayed for summer, we prayed for fall, to prosper, to love, to forgive. And our prayers came back like a little lost lamb, dying so that we may live.
Okay, the second I saw that little thing, I'm like, that's Moon Studios. Okay. Yeah, the guys behind the Ori games, and the Ori games are, of course, critically acclaimed as heck, so... anything that these guys make is definitely going to raise some attention. And I can tell that it's using, like, the same engine as Ori, even though it's not a 2D game. It's got, like, a similar aesthetic to some extent.
And our prayers came back like a voice in the dark, unanswered, but not quite the same.
That's No Rest for the Wicked, an action RPG from Moon Studios, and more information is coming March 1st, as you saw with the Wicked Inside
It's a
Showcase.
long time out, though,
During
March
the Game
1st.
Awards, viewers in the U.S. can enter to win one of 100 Lenovo Legion Go gaming handhelds, a Windows 11 gaming PC in your hand. Head to TGALegion.com before the end of the show to enter for your chance to win. Here's a look at the Legion Go in action.
Hi-Fi Rush! Oh, I didn't know that. See, I have not been paying attention to, like, these, like, gaming handhelds. Obviously the Steam Deck and stuff, but, like, I did not know that there was a handheld that had Joy-Cons, basically. That's kind of cool. Do they drift, though? I'm, like, actually being serious. Like, do the quote Joy-Cons on that Legion Go? Do they drift? Oh, that'd be like really funny if they did. Hopefully they don't. I could be wrong, but isn't the Legion Go like cloud only, or am I thinking of, or I'm probably thinking of a different one? I know there's one. There's one Lenovo handheld that I think is cloud only. Maybe it's not that one. That one might not be cloud only, but another one was. Okay, that's a little misleading. This isn't a PlayStation game, but marketing rights, I'm guessing. See, this like just came out, by the way, which surprised me because I thought this was coming out in February, but nope, it's out right now. It's made by Massive Entertainment, the guys behind the Division series. It looks nice. Of course, the Avatar kind of aesthetic is very, very nice looking. With all those like vibrant colors. I don't know how well it runs on PC or consoles even, you know, waiting on the Digital Foundry breakdown on that one, but it does have FSR 3 on PC, and apparently it's much improved from the FSR 3 we saw in Forspoken, so that's something, I guess. Oh yeah, that was the PS5 Slim. Discord ad. I don't think I've ever seen Discord really promote itself that much. I don't see Discord ads really that much. Now, granted, I have YouTube Premium, so I have the luxury of not getting to see ads on YouTube anyway, but even still, I feel like Discord is one of those things that doesn't really get promoted that much. And it's probably because it doesn't need promotion. Everyone knows about Discord. Everyone uses Discord. It doesn't need to be promoted, but I don't know.
We have been saying it all night, but it really has been an outstanding year for gaming. And now to talk about some of the biggest games, it's a pleasure to welcome from the Muppets, that's right, the Great Gonzo!
Oh, thank you.
It's kind of weird how this has become a tradition with the Game Awards. Like, they have the Muppets.
Looks like you're...
Dang it, what's his name? What's the guy that does Gonzo? He's like the longest running member of the Muppets in terms of like the person behind it. Like obviously like, you know, Jim Henson's no longer with us. Frank Oz retired a long time ago. But what's the guy, who's the guy that does Gonzo? Because he's been doing Gonzo for like 40 years. He's the one guy from like the original cast, so to speak, of the Muppets that's still doing the character like 40 years later. Which is pretty cool.
Seriously though, what have you been playing, Gonzo?
Well, lots and lots of Tears of the Kingdom. What an incredible game. You know that one mission where
you heard it here first. Gonzo recommends Tears of the Kingdom.
I spent doing that. The objective is really, you know, just follow the chicken. You don't have to ask me twice.
That's right, you do love your chicken. So I guess that was your favorite part. What did you think of the ending?
Oh, I never get past that Kuko mission. I keep restarting to see if I can get a slower time.
All right, well, any other great gaming highlights this year for you, Gonzo?
Are you kidding? Actually, if you have the time. Hey, you guys got a minute? I'd like to show you how many of this year's greatest games all revolve around one central theme. Check this out.
Got the case for it? Yeah, that's quite a conspiracy you've uncovered.
I know. You probably
I'm guessing that Crash skin is from like the Crash Team Rumble game that everyone forgot about.
I mean,
Minecraft.
we're all thinking that.
And then it's like that's the
Yeah, maybe. What do you think,
yeah.
Zelda?
Does anyone actually read this stuff?
Yes, let's do this IRL.
Oh, I see like else, if else. I see that. They got a little coding thing on the side. I see if else statements or else if statements or whatever.
Best debut indie game.
Oh, that's kind of neat. It's a neat little mechanic. I think I remember that game too from like whenever it was revealed. Yeah, you take pictures and it like becomes like part of the environment or something.
Task at hand. The Game Award goes to Cocoon.
So we've been streaming for about an hour and 30 minutes. Going by Game Awards standards, that probably means that we're halfway through. Because the Game Awards likes to be long. It's like a 3-hour event.
The team from Geometric couldn't make it out.
I mean, not that I got anything else to do.
But they wanted us to pass along their thanks for everyone who played and voted for Cocoon. And to Yeppy, Mads, and Jakob.
So the Discord YouTube channel already put up that thing they just showed up a few minutes ago.
Thank you.
Apparently Discord added a midnight mode on mobile recently, which is like a darker dark mode, so that's neat, I guess. It's not on desktop though, although it probably wouldn't work as well on desktop, but maybe they'll add it at some point, I don't know. The shoes she was wearing right there were kind of weird.
2023, but which title are you most excited to see go mobile in 2024? Google Play will be awarding the most anticipated title with their Play More award on Twitch. So head on over to Twitch to lock your vote. And now it's time for our next world premiere.
They keep saying world premiere, even though they said they weren't going to call them that anymore, but whatever. Oh, wait, hold on. Sega. I can tell it's something Sega related. I could already tell that. They played the little... Is it Virtua Fighter? Is it that Jet Set Radio game? Crazy Taxi? I saw that reference. Because we know that there's a Jet Set Radio coming. Is it because of that leak that had the Yukari gameplay and stuff? That we know is real, by the way. That like Persona 3 remake Yukari thing was real, because in a Yukari trailer that came out a few months ago, they actually did have... hey, look, it's the Sega Eye. It's the Sega Eye thing. Up there it is. Yep. We knew this was happening. It was literally in the leak that had the Persona 3 Yukari thing. There it is. Wait, multiple? Because they flash on the Shinobi cabinet. Golden Axe? They're bringing back a bunch of old franchises. Crazy that the... Whoa, whoa, whoa. They're just throwing everything at the wall. They're bringing back, like, all their old franchises. That's cool. Yeah, we already knew about Jet Set Radio, but... yeah, there's the Sega Eye. Sega! That was a cool reference. That's okay, that was pretty cool. Sega was like, we're gonna give you everything. That's pretty awesome. Those aren't franchises I particularly have interest in, but that's really, really cool. That like all those old franchises are coming back. But Jet Set Radio is probably the one people are gonna be excited for the most. Nope, Dragon Ball. Oh, Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Yeah, Tenkaichi 4. It looks really, really good. See, the second I saw those rocks, I'm thinking Dragon Ball, but then I'm like, but wait, didn't they say they were going to show Tekken or something? And then it's like, nope. Yep, Tenkaichi 4. This was announced like earlier this year, and people lost their minds over it. Looks pretty awesome. Haven't played any of the Tenkaichis, but I know that a lot of people are huge fans of them. And there hasn't been a new one in a long time. There's Super Broly. Okay. They're calling it by the original Japanese name. Because in Japan, it was always called Sparking, but in the West, it was Budokai Tenkaichi. So now they're calling it by the original. So basically, they're pulling a Yakuza, where Yakuza was called Yakuza over here, but it was Like a Dragon in Japan, and now they went back to the... So they're doing that whole thing. So now it's not called Budokai Tenkaichi, it's called Sparking Zero. Because they're going back to the original Sparking name. Okay. It's probably not as good from a marketing perspective. I think Budokai Tenkaichi 4 would have been a much better marketing name to go with. But, hey, it looks cool. So I guess it's all that matters. So yeah, Death by Daylight, we knew about this. Yeah, like Jet Set Radio and Golden Axe and Shinobi and okay, well, Streets of Rage isn't really as much of a selling point as it might sound because we already got a new Streets of Rage a few years ago. It wasn't by Sega, but like they like licensed it to like another team and they made it. So I don't know, maybe they mean like an internally made like Streets of Rage. It's from Sega themselves or something. Yeah, made by Supermassive, which is the studio behind Until Dawn, as well as that game that came out like a year or two ago. I think it was called The Quarry. Could be wrong about that.
Now, tonight we're showing you lots of new worlds, but now it's time to return to a world we haven't seen in quite some time.
I have no idea what this is. Oh, the Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana. One of the manas. It's one of the manas. I don't know which one. It's one of them. I can just tell by the character design. This is a Square Enix. Yeah. I'm guessing this is like a new game, because they've done remakes. Like Trials of Mana came out not too long ago. There was also that controversial like Vita developed like Secret of Mana remake or whatever. I'm guessing this is like a brand new installment, not a remake. Yeah, the first new Mana game in probably forever, I'm guessing. So that's neat. Yeah, I could immediately tell it was a Mana game just from the characters. That iconic tree, that iconic font. Very iconic font right there. Visions of Mana. Coming out on... Huh, that's kind of an interesting font for Windows. Oh, no, wait, more from Sony? Toei Tecmo. Okay. Neo 3? Neo 3? This has got to be Neo 3. Yeah, Neo 2 came out a couple of years ago, so I guess. Neo's popular. Yeah, this is totally Neo 3. Team Ninja. Yeah.
Even if we are apart, still we are one. Without hesitation, without remorse. If the drum drives the rhythm, then the river directs the flow.
Let's do this together.
Maybe it's a spin-off. I don't know. It's definitely Neo related at the very least.
The pain of Master Shoin and the countless others who have suffered. As the smoke rises, so shall we.
Ronin. Oh wait, wait, is this the TMNT game?
Rumor is a veiled edge will sacrifice their partner for duty. So which of you will do the deed?
But they didn't show the Nickelodeon logo anywhere.
That's Rise of the Ronin coming to PlayStation in 2024.
But it wouldn't. No. That couldn't have been that.
Here are the nominees for Best
Or was it? Oh, I don't know anymore.
Armored Core 6.
Wasn't there supposed to be like a TMNT game that was based off of a comic that was like apparently really popular that was announced for PlayStation not too long ago? Is that what that is? Because it looked like Neo at first.
Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon.
But then again, it was supposed to be about. Oh, I don't know anymore. But if it was the TMNT game, they would have. Even if it was, wouldn't they have flashed the Nickelodeon logo at the bottom? I don't know. I'm confused.
And the Game Award goes to Alan Wake 2.
Disagree hard on that one. It should have been Hi-Fi Rush.
Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse.
Let me look that up. Rise of the Ronin. Is that the TMNT spin-off thing that people were excited for, or is that something else?
Now your nominees for Best Mobile Game. Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, Honkai Star Rail, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil. And the Game Award goes to Honkai Star Rail. Congratulations.
No, okay, so no, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that game. I'm confusing. It's probably because the names are similar.
The Old Gods of Asgard from Alan Wake 2, and some of our biggest game
Also, apparently, Rise of the Ronin was announced like in a state of play like a year ago. I don't even remember that.
Game was also part of the newly inducted Future class presented by Old Spice.
So, yeah, no, I'm confusing Rise of the Ronin with a different game.
In India, when I grew up, I had a very early interest in games. When I got to Canada at the age of 12...
Yeah, look at that CRT!
For many South Asian families, food is not just a thing to cook, but also a way of expressing affection and all the things that they cannot say. Minba is a narrative cooking game that tells the story of an Indian mother who moves to Canada.
Oh, it's this game. It's the guy that made this game. Yeah, they showed it earlier.
Love, loss, and family. The more local you are, the more international you become. Everybody who's played the game is able to put something from their lives into it in ways that I wouldn't have expected.
But there's a Steam Deck. It's Cyberpunk. Yeah, the Steam Deck OLED just came out recently. See, I personally have no real interest in any of these gaming handhelds for one simple reason. I don't even play the Switch in handheld mode, let alone any of these. So it would be useless to someone like me. But obviously they're very, very popular. Steam Deck is insanely popular. Plus there's the ROG Ally and stuff.
I can save someone with this.
I had no idea what this is. I recognize the song though.
Wait, do we have to grind the children? What up, man? Welcome in.
Okay, now we sit down, very comfy.
Showing a bunch of streamers, obviously, playing whatever this game is. Yeah, I have no idea what game this is. It's a game that's not out yet. Maybe they had some kind of beta, and that's why there's so much stream footage of it.
Nicotine addiction can make
Okay, welcome back to the Game Awards, and are you ready? It is time to get a world premiere from one of our industry's greatest creators. He's
Okay.
been a huge supporter of the Game Awards since the very beginning back
Okay.
in 2014, and tonight I am so honored to share this latest update with you
Okay.
on his upcoming project.
Is it time for Death Stranding 2? Yep, Death Stranding 2. The second he said one of the industry's greatest developers, I'm like, oh, this is Death Stranding 2. Because, like, again, Kojima and Jeff, right? What the heck is this? Is this Death Stranding? But he said it was an update, so it must be Death Stranding 2.
Purple dinosaurs ate a kind thingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking.
This is a really weird trailer. Okay, so that wasn't Death Stranding 2. Oh, that's the Xbox game. That's the Xbox game. Because I was thinking, oh, if it's not Death Stranding 2, it would be the Xbox game, but I don't think they would announce it like that. That was a weird trailer. The epic entrance.
Please welcome the visionary game developer behind OD, Mr. Hideo Kojima!
Kojima is kind of interesting because he obviously has a lot of fans. But I feel like the more time has gone on, he's gotten more detractors too, for a variety of reasons. But
Welcome, Mr. Kojima, back
yeah,
to the Game
but
Awards.
you can't deny that he's definitely one of the big ones, at the very least. However you feel about him. Also, those shoes, those red shoes.
新作のゲーム OD、発表できて非常に嬉しいです。このゲームには、ソフィア、リリスと、ハンター・シェイファーとウドキアさんが出演されます。はい。
He has the Kojima Productions like logo as like a thing on his shirt, the gold thing.
OD, and this title will feature main role Sophia Lillis, Hunter Schafer, and Udo Kier.
I think we all want to know more, of course. What kind of game are you making, Mr. Kojima?
僕はその誰もがやったこともないような、斬新なことに挑戦することを非常に大好きなんですけども、Xbox ゲームスタジオの力を借りまして、彼らのクラウド技術を使って、全く新しい、ユニークで尖ったゲームっていうのを今作っています。
Now, if I remember correctly, this game is supposed to involve the cloud in some way. Not the cloud as in the old like Xbox One era, the power of the cloud. Not like that, but like in a different way. I think it's supposed to use like Azure or something. I don't know. That's what I remember hearing when they first announced it. Maybe it's not quite that. I don't know.
Using their cloud gaming technology, I'm kind of
there it is.
Together, but it's really to make immersive and also something that no one has.
Now the game is not going to be a cloud game.
It is a game. Don't get me wrong, but it's at the same time a movie, but at the same time a new form of media.
I don't know, that's going to be kind of interesting, and also, like, how reliant upon the cloud is it to work?
Is there somebody else at the door?
That's something that I'm also kind of curious about, like, when it comes to preservation and stuff, right?
Everyone, please welcome Jordan Peele to the Kojimaverse!
Well, I wasn't expecting to see him here. Hey, look, that guy is a Yoshi pin.
What's up? How's it going? Oh my God, Jordan, welcome to the Game Awards. What a fun surprise. I know you're a big fan of Hideo's games, right?
A huge fan of Hideo. This man is an icon. And I can say from the first moment I played Metal Gear Solid 2, I knew I was experiencing the work of an artist whose craft just hits different. And he's been an inspiration to me, and the opportunity to collaborate with him is truly incredible. In my films, I'm always trying to maximize the immersion, put the audience into the main character's shoes. Hideo is the master of this, and he does it on a whole nubba level. And what he's cooking up here is completely immersive, utterly terrifying, and I am absolutely honored.
That trailer definitely was kind of terrifying in a way, so that'll be a weird trailer. I guess it kind of fits in with how this is supposed to be a new experience. I know people memed the heck out of the whole Strand game thing, like when that game came out, but like, are we about to go through that again? Or is like a new genre that has not been explored before, and we give it like this little arbitrary name, people make fun of it. I don't know. We'll see whenever this comes out. So, I guess that's technically 2 Xbox things. New Hellblade trailer, and this is technically an Xbox game. So, I guess this kind of counts too. Even though it's more of a Kojima thing than an Xbox thing.
And when I met him, I felt like we were friends from the past. We get on very well. We like things that we both like, and we're really happy, and we wanted to collaborate something. And this time, well, Jordan, I grew up watching movies, and I'm a game creator now. Jordan grew up playing games, and he's a movie director now. So this 2 collaboration will be really awesome. So that's why I wanted to do something together with Jordan.
あとですね、まあ、このプロジェクトは、ジョーダンだけではなくて、まあ、多くの、クリエイティブサポーターとか、まあ、人たちと、まあ、参加が予定されてます。で、それぞれの恐怖っていうものの焦点を当ててもらってストーリーテリングしてもらうと予定です。で、ここではそのメンバーを紹介できませんけども、非常に豪華な夫人っていうか。
You know, let me look. Let me see if Jeff ever gave a time frame for this. I said my guess is 3 hours because that's kind of that's the general average. It's like 3 hours, maybe 2 hours, 45 minutes.
It's not just Jordan. I have other creative collaborative partners with me on board on this project. I can't really say who they
Okay,
are
so
right
apparently
now.
Jeff said this is going to be, quote, approximately 2.5 to 3 hours long. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah. That's pretty much how long all of the Game Awards. I think there was one Game Awards that got close to 4 hours, but that was a few years ago. Maybe that was the Game Awards 2019? I'm not sure.
That's it. We cannot wait to learn more. Hideo Kojima.
But yeah, so there's your obligatory Kojima appearance for the Game Awards. It basically comes with the package at this point. Although, wasn't Death Stranding too?
Game announcement. This one's 65 million years in the making.
Oh, is this the Ark Survival? No, it's not. I was gonna say Ark Survival Evolved or whatever, but he said 65 million years in the making. That's obviously a reference to, yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah, instead of John Williams' face. So yeah, Jurassic Park.
Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nublar.
I think they said this was in-engine, which is kind of a weaselly way of going about it. People kind of get annoyed when you say in-engine, because in-engine doesn't necessarily mean in-game. I mean, if this is what the game looked like, I'd say this looks pretty good, but it probably will not look this good, because it's in-engine, not in-game. Wonder what studio is making this.
Is anyone there?
Yeah, they... Do 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 do. Yeah, they're gonna use that John Williams music. You better believe they will. See, is this a new game? I mean, they'd say world premiere. Saber. Saber Interactive?
Please welcome Grammy Award-winning producer, Zed.
I mean, again, I think they said in-engine, so take that with a grain of salt, but on paper, it looked really good.
Award for best audio design. Sound is an often overlooked but crucial aspect of game development. It's what brings games to life, creating the immersive worlds we love to explore.
I'd say music is not underrated. Music, people talk about music all the time, but sound and music are not the same thing. Music is music. Sound can be sound effects, placement, and a bunch of other more subtle things that you don't really think about. Like with music, you think of music because you hear the music, and it's like a more visceral, obvious part of the experience. So sound design and music are not the same thing. Sci-Fi Rush.
And the Game Award goes to Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay. So Hi-Fi Rush, at the very least, will come out of this with one award. It didn't win the award I wanted it to win. I think Art Direction would have been the one I think it should have won the most. Because that's the thing about Hi-Fi Rush that stands out the most. It's definitely its art direction. It looks amazing. But hey, at least it won something.
Thank you so much.
'Cause it definitely is a game that deserves to win something. But then again, it's not a rhythm game. It's more of a platformer than it's more of a platformer / beat 'em up than a rhythm game. But it technically kind of is because of how the game works.
Just a quick translation.
I mean, this isn't for a rhythm game or anything. I'm just bringing that up.
The work that the team has done together to achieve has been recognized here. Thank you to everyone who supported this project. And for myself, thank you to our family, friends, partners, pets. Thank you everyone at Bethesda, ZeniMax, Microsoft, and all the players out there for going with this ridiculous project.
So we are about to hit the 2-hour mark, which means we are firmly into the second half at this point. And again, shocker, we haven't seen anything from Nintendo. That's because we're not gonna see anything. And if we are gonna see something, it'll be at the end. And even then, again, what the heck are they gonna show? Here's what we probably will get. We're gonna get a Nintendo Switch Has Games trailer again, where they'll show like a little highlight reel, and that's all we'll get.
Rocket League delivers Rocket Racing. Here's your first look.
Yeah, Rocket Racing. That's like the game that's made by Psyonix. That's like in Fortnite that I mentioned before. Yeah, hey, look, there's the Rocket League car. There's Jonesy. Remember when everyone was like, when there was like all those people out there that were like half convinced that we were gonna get Jonesy as like the final Smash character or something? And I was like, no, they're not gonna do that. I don't care how popular Fortnite is, and I'm not dogging on Fortnite. I'm not a part of the Fortnite bad crowd that like everyone on the internet seems to be a part of. But like, they're not gonna do Fortnite for the final character. Like, come on, they're not insane. And what do you know? They didn't, but yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely try this game mode out, though. I'll try all those new game modes out, because why not? They're basically new games. Wait, what the? Wasn't there something in the corner right there?
Master, are there more good folks in the world or bad?
More good, of course.
Then why is there always suffering? And why do the bad folks always win?
Because goodness without teeth punishes not. It only foments evil. Cleanse the world with blood.
Hold on. Sun Wukong? Sun Wukong. That's what this is. Yeah. Journey to the West.
The keeper of the New West. Welcome, the Destined One. The Destined One.
Wasn't this announced like a year or two ago?
Destined for? Those old rascals, they surely know how to name.
Is my kind destined for extermination? You're driven by greed, not destiny.
So this is the face of the Destined One. It will fit me just as well.
Bathed in blood, yet preaching peace.
Does look interesting.
Enlighten me. What justifies your superiority?
It's crazy how fast the Game Awards is at putting up these trailers. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero announcement trailer. No, that was not the announcement well, trailer and teaser are kind of a blurred line to some extent. Suicide Squad. The game that no one is really excited about.
My Justice League will burn this earth down for me.
Flash, how do I stop this?
You have to kill us, Diana. We have to die to save the world. We can work with that.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, intangible. Bet you didn't think so I compared you to. You think you're a team now?
Okay, isn't this game gonna be like the last appearance of Kevin Conroy? I think.
He's the fastest man alive, according to all these girlfriends.
Hey, it's this song. I know this song. Barely, but I do know it. Although mostly from memes.
What's the plan?
Time for us bad guys to save the world.
Come on.
February. Did we know it was coming out in February already?
From Digital Extremes up in Canada to talk about all things Warframe. We've got a special Warframe.
Okay, Warframe. Yeah, we knew about this.
On Twitch, but I understand you've also got some other news for Warframe fans on the next expansion, right?
Yeah, we do. You know, it's been 10 years for Warframe, so, 10 years for you. We assumed we'd get a seniors discount of some time, just because our game's probably the oldest game here, maybe, but...
Yeah, Warframe is 10 years old. It was actually a PS4, Xbox One launch game.
Showing you the release date for our next major update for Warframe. So
I've played Warframe a bit.
Warframe players around the world to watch, which is
not that much, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible ride.
You've got like some claws or something on it.
Developers, our community, just supporting us along the way. So if you're a Warframe fan and watching, we love you and thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy the next update, Whispers in the Walls.
Oh yeah, thanks for having us back too. Devs at home, we love you guys.
All right, thanks guys. Let's take a look.
For generations you've slept. No purpose. No call to wake you. But now, you have changed everything.
The lidless eye has seen you. The Tenno. Is waiting. Don't be late.
There is so much more Game Awards ahead. You thought the surprises were done? Nope, there's lots coming. But while you're here, head to supergameawards.com through December 31st for a chance.
Hey, look, there's your Nintendo thing. Oh man. They did announce a new Donkey Kong thing recently. Maybe they're gonna show it, but they did announce a new Donkey Kong World.
Ready for a new way to play? Experience the immersive world.
Do 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 do. Mario Kart 8 sounds.
Now open at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Starfield update. That honestly, it was more of a Universal thing than a Nintendo thing, but that unironically was probably our quote-unquote Nintendo thing for the show, even though it barely counts. Starfield is definitely a game. I've never played it, so I got no opinion on it. I talked about this a little in my predictions video, but Starfield's a game that had a lot riding on it for being the first big Bethesda game in years, for being the Xbox flagship title. And yet, despite that, it's definitely been a mixed reception, I think is how I would put it. There's a lot of people that like it, but there's a lot of people that don't like it. For a variety of reasons. But we'll see how things end up in the long run, right? You know, Bethesda games are known for their longevity being through, like, updates and modding, so... How it's received now may not be how it's received forever. In my opinion, what matters more is how is something received in the long run. Because something can be received well at launch, but what really matters is, do people still like it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years from now, right? Like in 15 years, will people look back on Starfield and be like, yeah, Starfield's a good game? I don't know. I mean, 15 years is a long time. By that point, the game will have had a lot more updates. There'll be a lot more mods out there.
But don't leave me like
Yeah, we'll have to see.
This call is being recorded. What is your emergency? I need the police. You need to call the police right away.
You ready? Suspect down. Right is down.
You know something we haven't seen yet? We haven't seen Arcane. There was talks about Arcane possibly getting something here, like Dishonored 3. Probably to wash the bad taste of Redfall out of people's mouths. Granted, Redfall was not made by the main studio. It was made by, like... So Arcane Lyon is the studio that made Dishonored and Deathloop. But Arcane Austin is the studio that made Redfall. So it wasn't even the main studio, I think. For what it's worth, but... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see that here still. I mean, again, there's still plenty of time.
Age of Empires, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, Little Nightmares, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six are just some of the big titles coming to mobile in 2024. Head to the Game Awards on Twitch to vote for which title you want to win Google Play's own Play More Award. Now, please welcome last year's winner of Games for Impact for the game As Dusk Falls, which is coming to PlayStation on March 7th and is available for pre-order tonight. Creative Director Caroline Marshall.
As Dusk Falls, that sounds familiar.
Bonsoir everyone. Winning last year was definitely a highlight of my 22 years in the industry. Games for Impact is one of the most important categories at the Game Awards. The games nominated this year offer unique and nuanced perspectives on topics that concern us all, from the climate crisis to cultural diversity. They broaden our horizons, foster empathy, and connect us as humans. In a world torn apart by divisions and intolerance, this is one of the most essential powers of our medium. Here are the
By the way, speaking of Deathloop, you can get Deathloop right now for free on Prime Gaming. You can go redeem it right now. Prime Gaming has been doing a lot of like Bethesda games in recent months, and yeah, they got Deathloop on there right now. You can redeem it for the Epic Games Store free. So, you know, I'd say go do that. I mean, I already have Game Pass, so I would have it anyway because it's Microsoft, but hey, I'm not going to hurt to redeem that Epic Games Store copy as well.
And the Game Award goes to... Chia!
I don't know which game this is. I know they like just showed all of them, but... I just realized that person in the pink suit has a Mario shirt.
Thank you.
Literally says Super Mario.
This award on behalf of developer ourselves, who cannot be here, but I got a message from Phil Clifford, co-founder.
Wait, hold on. Shuhei Yoshida?
Thank ourselves family for your trust and unbelievable talent. Kepler
Like,
and Sony
the
for
Shuhei Yoshida?
crazy project.
I don't know who else it would be. I only know one Shuhei Yoshida, and that's the guy from the PlayStation.
And embrace cheer all along.
I think this is him, because his voice sounds familiar. I think it's just his hair is grayer than last time we saw him. Is he still at PlayStation? I don't even know.
Hello. I'm Abubakar Salim. I'm mainly known for my acting work in Raised by Wolves and Assassin's Creed Origins. But, that is not why I'm here. Okay.
Sorry, no, this is crazy, man. I mean, I remember watching the Game Awards when I was younger, so being up here now is like.
Hey, look, Reggie's there.
Look,
He's got the little
games
pins.
all my life. I mean, I played them all my life, man. From Kingdom Hearts, Gary's Mod,
Gmod.
Golden Sun. And
Golden Sun exists, you guys. Please make a new game.
understood, you know, that games
Oh, there's so many
are
people out there that desperately want a new Golden Sun.
space to enjoy and escape from the reality of the world. And he passed away a while back, and I'll tell you what, I'm still figuring it out. But 4 years ago, I decided that I needed to try and process my grief in a way that felt true to me and him. So I took the biggest risks of my life, and through everything that I had in making a game, a piece of art that honored him.
Yeah, the last time we saw Shuhei Yoshida, at least like in an event, I think, was during the 2020 like E3 equivalent, like the Future of Gaming event when they announced Demon Souls, and he mentioned how Demon Souls is a game that is very near and dear to me, which is a reference to like how long ago he was like, no, this game is way too hard, we're not gonna localize it. It's a whole story. But I think that, and back then, which was like in 2020, that was 3 years ago, I think that was before he had gray hair, but he has gray hair now apparently. Because that had to have been him. That sounded like him, that looked like him. I think it's just the gray hair that threw me off. Ridley Scott. What?
Your story was snatched away too soon.
It's an EA original. If you don't know what an EA original game is, unlike the Ubisoft original tagline that I complained about earlier, EA original literally just means that it's a game that's published by EA, but it's made by an independent studio. The Unravel games were EA originals, for example. Also, the infamous Immortals of Avium from earlier this year, that was made by that studio that had to like fire half of its employees because it didn't do very well or whatever. That was also a independent game that was just published by EA. By the way, the trailer for this literally just got uploaded. I literally just got a notification from EA that was like, the trailer is up. And the trailer's not even finished yet on the Game Awards, and it's already up. That was like, it's like really fast.
Hear my plea. Kalunga, god of death, come to me. Show me you are ready.
I'm seeing some Black Panther influence in that game for sure. They even got the font. They even got like the Black Panther font type thing. Yeah. That's definitely. Yeah, definitely some Black Panther influence in there. At least it looked like it had some influence anyway. What's this studio called again? Forget the name of the studio, but yeah, the studio behind Life is Strange.
It's been 27 years, y'all. Why now? Because we made a promise.
That was Lost Records, a brand new world from the development team behind Life is Strange. Now we have a world premiere new look at a game based on an ongoing franchise of 18 years with over 850 million users worldwide. This entirely in-engine trailer shows off the blend between
In-engine
3D graphics with hardcore action. This is the first Berserker.
Finally, I found you. Trampled by the one you trusted. Abandoned from your king. You thought you were a hero.
This is no ordinary ghost.
You'll have to risk your life.
We haven't seen a Rebirth trailer yet. That seems like the kind of thing we would probably see, but then again, it's coming out soon enough and maybe it's not needed. I don't know.
Looks good, right? All right, now it's time for our first performance by the Game Awards Orchestra. This one, though, is a little bit of a twist. They're about to play music from an upcoming game that no one has heard yet. You might call it one of those world premieres, and this is a special one. It's written by one of the greatest video game composers of all time, the legendary Nobuo Uematsu. Here is the Game Awards Orchestra, led by Lauren Balfe, with lead vocals from Lauren Allred, debuting the theme song from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Okay. Well, it's a game that we already knew about, though. It's not. That's funny, though. I was literally just like, are we gonna see something or not? Hey, look, it's Jessie, I think. I don't actually know if that's Jessie or not, but I know there was that whole thing in like her little news story about how she wanted to go to the Golden Saucer or something. Hey, look, there's Vincent. Yeah, this is all new, obviously. Okay, hold on. Wait. That little bit of Zack and Aerith, that's definitely new. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Max break that down. You know, it's funny. Maximilian, dude, you know, cool guy. You know, I mean, you've probably heard of him, known for his fighting game stuff. But I do not follow him for the fighting game stuff. To me, he is the FF7 channel. He is the world's #1 FF7 fan, and that is the main reason I follow him. I have been following him since 2015 when the remake was first announced, just for FF7 stuff. I've seen some of his other stuff, for sure. But the main thing I'm there for is to watch him just talk for like an hour on FF7 every time they announce something. So I'm sure he'll definitely be talking about that. It was kind of a short little thing there, but we got a bunch of new scenes, so... Plus that Zack and Aerith one definitely raises some eyebrows. I need to work on FF7 again, because I've beaten Remake on PS5, including the Yuffie DLC, but I still haven't beaten original FF7 yet. I keep putting it off. I've like started and stopped it several times over the past like 6 or 7 years.
What an absolutely beautiful song.
I need to work on it again.
Rebirth, which is nominated for most anticipated game tonight. Thank you to Lauren Allred.
Okay, what is? Yeah, I knew that was going to get nominated. That was going to win most anticipated game. It was the biggest one.
Game of the Year nominees. But that's not all we have tonight for Final Fantasy fans.
Wait, Final Fantasy IX?
That's set in stone. Or so they'll tell you.
I didn't mention this in the predictions video, but there's been rumors of a Final Fantasy IX remake.
Even the past.
Wait, no.
Strap in, Newty. Things are about to get mighty interesting.
What the? Wait, this is Apex. Wait, I know that character. That was Apex. That is probably the most random crossover I've ever seen. Not Fortnite, Apex. And they got little like 2D Nomura style artwork, kinda. That is weird. That is really, really weird. Why not just put Cloud in? Why not just put Cloud in Fortnite and call it a day?
Winners of a few more awards as selected by the fans and our voting jury. In the category of Best Score and Music, the nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16.
I know I've mentioned this in the past, but Joker's gonna end up in Fortnite at some point, whether you like it or not. There's no way. There's no way. It is written into like the fabric of reality. Every popular video game character will end up in Fortnite eventually, unless you're a Nintendo character, because Nintendo's not going to allow that, because then they would have to allow those characters to be viewable on other consoles, and they wouldn't like that. So yeah, you're not going to see Mario or Link or Samus anytime soon. Remember when Epic tried to get Samus and Nintendo said no? Yeah. But anyone else is on the table.
Goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3, another win.
All right. Nominees for Best Fighting Game. Those are God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. And the Game Award this year goes to Street Fighter 6.
Alrighty.
That's Capcom. All right. Most anticipated.
Well, then they already say.
Nominees this year were Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2,
But didn't they literally already say Rebirth 1?
Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. And the Game Award this year goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, but they already mentioned it, though.
Square Nomura-san. All right. Well, it's been 8 months since the release of Honkai Star Rail, a winner tonight for Best Mobile Game. This space fantasy RPG filled with myths and legends is set for more intergalactic expeditions in 2024. And tonight, we have an exclusive look at Penokane, the next destination.
Honkai Star Rail, a game I have not played, but I know is very popular, just like its companion, Genshin Impact, from the same studio, which is also insanely popular, but I've never played. I feel like one of these days I'm gonna have to try these games just for the heck of it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna spend any money on them, obviously, but I don't know.
Those are unforgettable memories, but they are only a beginning.
I think back when I did the Splatoon like campaign streams like a year ago, there was someone, I forget who it was. I think it was Neko. I think she plays these games. And I think I asked her like, how bad is the gacha? Because I've heard mixed opinions on how good or bad the gacha is in these games, and I don't remember what she said about it. It's been like a year. I don't know, but I know I've heard definitely mixed thoughts on like the Genshin Impact, like Honkai Star Rail, like how bad is the gacha? Because I've heard kind of both. I've heard both. I don't really know.
Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger.
A nominee tonight for Best Mobile Game, Monster Hunter Now is the new mobile game from Niantic and Capcom. Like all Niantic's games, Monster Hunter Now is played in the real world, and tonight they have a special...
See, that's what's kind of weird about Niantic, is that basically every game they've made since Pokemon Go is basically Pokemon Go with the skin of another game.
So check it out, Monster Hunter
Like, for example, Pikmin Bloom is made by Niantic, and it's like kind of a similar thing. Yeah, Fortnite Festival, that's like the Rock Band kind of game that they apparently have. How long is it gonna be until Modern Warfare 3 comes to Game Pass? It's gonna happen, right? It's gonna. We just don't know when. Why would you buy any of the Call of Duties at this point, especially when they get outdated so quickly, when you can just use Game Pass? Like, look, I understand the whole wanting to own your games thing. Believe me, I understand that. But the thing is, Call of Duty is already the kind of game where you really don't, quote-unquote, own it anyway, because it's so, like, online-focused now. So it kind of doesn't make a difference whether you play it on Game Pass or whether you buy it. Like, why would I buy a Battlefield game at this point when I can just get it through EA Play? Because it's all online anyway at this point, so it's not like it makes a difference if I own it or if it's on EA Play. Skull and Bones, the game that was supposed to come out forever ago. I still remember when this game was first announced in 2017. And I think the game basically started out as like a spin-off of a Assassin's Creed Black Flag or something. In fact, there's been talks of remaking that game, which I don't know about that. You know, with how controversial it was when The Last of Us got remade, I can't imagine Black Flag would fare much better. I haven't played Black Flag in a long time, but that game looks fine. It doesn't need a remake.
All right, we're back here at the Game Awards, and that was a new look at Skull and Bones from Ubisoft, which is coming out on February 16th. I'm happy to announce that players can register now for the upcoming closed beta from December 15th to 18th on all platforms. And now it's time for the announcement of the next game from the studio that won Best Game Direction in 2021.
I don't remember what that is. Oh. Oh, is this the... Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is, again, this is not the Redfall team. This is a different team. For everyone that's paranoid about Redfall.
Turn that shit up.
I can tell there's definitely an aesthetic to this game of some kind.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now.
I feel like this is probably a new IP. Wait, no, this is the Blade thing. The second I saw that red background, I'm like, wait, this is Blade. Now, I didn't talk about this during the I didn't talk about this during the
constant focus on bringing
world-class
talent with the fan favorite characters that they love. Now, we are huge fans of Arcane Leon, not only because of the
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so
with innovative gameplay, but because
I did hear about there being a Blade game, but not until after I made that predictions video, which is why I didn't bring it up.
to announce this true Marvel team up.
But I did not expect it to be made by Arcane. That means this game is going to be Xbox exclusive then. Just like the Indiana Jones game that Bethesda's working on. Huh. But then again, Sony's got Spider-Man, so... Hey, Sony's got their Marvel game, Microsoft has their Marvel game.
We
See it?
ate it up. I mean, the Arcane touch fits Blade like his trademark trench coat. And I mean, think about it.
Now, one thing that is kind of weird though is that I heard that Mahershala Ali was going to be in it, which didn't make sense to me because they've never done crossover like that for like these newer games. Like, sure, back when they used to do like literal movie tie-ins, sure, but this isn't a movie tie-in. This is a original game that's based on Blade, so why would they use Mahershala Ali? You know, the guy who's working on the movie that's been in development hell for years and he's apparently really unhappy with.
In Paris, my hometown, you know, if well, if
But yeah, so this game, because it's made by Arcane, and therefore Bethesda, and therefore Microsoft, will probably be on Game Pass. So I'll definitely give it a shot whenever it comes out, assuming that I hear good things about it.
I know it's pretty early, right?
I can tell you one thing. Okay. The entire team at Arcane Lyon is, you know, pouring so much love into this immersive third-person action-adventure set in the heart of Paris. So please sit back, let us cook, and voila! Merci beaucoup! Merci!
The kick.
Stunts too. Dinga Bell, thank you very much, guys.
This game's probably not going to come out for a while. Like, the movie will probably come out before this game does.
A nominee tonight for Best Adaptation, Anthony Mackie.
Speaking of Marvel, although he's not here because of Marvel, he's here because of Twisted Metal. But going from one Marvel-related thing to another Marvel-related thing, kinda.
Thank you. Everybody gave up. You guys didn't. Hey, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched Twisted Metal on Peacock. And hey, I have one thing to do before I get on to the award I'm supposed to represent up here. Okay?
What?
Okay, all right. I know I say a lot of different things. You can't scream them all. Jeez. Now, no one knows this yet, so you three guys and everybody else is going to be the first. Because of our incredible fans, Twisted Metal is coming back for Season 2 on Peacock. So, everybody get your motor revving.
I don't know if we knew about that or not, or if that's an actual announcement.
Great. You guys see this section right here? You guys look great. Keep it going, baby.
I actually don't know what the reception of that show is, because it was on Peacock, and because of that, nobody watched it. So I don't know if people liked it or not. You know what would be nice if we got a new Twisted Metal game? That would be nice.
Okay, stop it! You! Okay. Love you too. I see you. I see you. Shut up. Okay. Today, the best games are like living universes, constantly expanding with new content and challenges, right? And that's what this award for best ongoing game recognizes.
Okay, best ongoing game.
That continue to deliver.
I just realized we haven't heard what the winner of best adaptation is yet.
Here are the nominees.
Best ongoing game. Light always pierces through.
No one really talks about Apex anymore. The game that kind of came out and kind of died out. Well, okay, it didn't literally die out. Obviously, a lot of people still play it, but as far as like the public consciousness is concerned, it did kind of die out. Yeah, Fortnite's still going. But it's kind of funny. Fortnite kind of like fell off for a while, and now it's like kind of come back. It's kind of interesting. Like, I stopped playing it for a long time, but then I started playing it again.
For this moment.
Like about a year ago.
All right, so the game award goes to. Shut up. Cyberpunk 2077.
Alrighty then.
This is heavy, dude.
I think this is going to be controversial to some. You know, do they deserve to win an award for basically, quote-unquote, fixing the game, as a lot of people would probably say. That's obviously going to be somewhat controversial. But Cyberpunk, like I mentioned in the predictions video, has made a, maybe not a 180, but it's definitely made like maybe a 96 or a 128. I don't know. Point is, its reputation has definitely improved a lot since 2020. So that's something. Again, I haven't played Cyberpunk. I got no real opinion on it one way or the other, but It is undeniable that when it came out in 2020, it was kind of ripped apart, especially those console versions. Those console versions were brutal. But the game has improved a lot since then.
I have to include here our amazing players. They've been with us throughout the whole journey, gave us feedback, made funny memes, videos, wrote posts on Twitter, on Reddit. It was amazing, to see the reception of the players when they were actually getting all of those updates. Just recently we shipped update 2.1.
The Blade trailer is up on the Marvel page. Is it up on the Xbox page? They didn't give platform availability, but obviously it's going to be Xbox, PC, and of course Game Pass. Because it's an Arcane game, which is a Bethesda game, which is a Microsoft game.
Need for Speed Underground and the Red Dead Redemption series. Now he leads a new studio, Lightspeed LA. Steve C. Martin is here to unveil a brand new project. Steve?
Thanks, Jeff.
Great to have you here. You showed this to me earlier this year. Tell us a bit about it.
It's an honor to be here, so thanks for having us. Over the past few years at Lightspeed LA, myself and a remarkable team of over 200 talented, diverse industry veterans and fresh new talent have been in deep development on a fully original AAA futuristic open world game. Tonight, we're really excited to offer you all a sneak peek at what we've been working on.
2 hours and 40 minutes, by the way.
I'm so excited to share so much more with you in the future. But for now, I hope you all enjoy this first taste.
Amazing. Let's take a look, Steve. Here we go.
Going to be okay. The demon is here.
Follow me.
Now, depending on whether or not you want to count the pre-show, we are approaching the end. Wait, what the? What? Nah, no, da. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not good. Let's bump that up to 4K again. I'll leave it at a lower resolution if I absolutely have to. But I want to try and keep that at 4K if I can. Let's bump that up. Live time. Why is it being like this all of a sudden? I guess it's not going to kill us to be ever so slightly behind. It's not like it really makes a difference.
was the first Descendant, which is launching the summer of 2024 from Nexon. Now we have a new look at Hoyo versus next big game, Zenless Zone Zero, an urban fantasy ARPG. I had my eye on this one for a while. We had the game
ARPG. What the heck is an ARPG?
right here at TGA.
Okay, you want another complaint I have? This isn't the Game Awards' fault, mind you, but like, the trailers are inconsistent in their resolution. Sometimes they're 4K, sometimes they're 1080p. Like, why can't they just all be 4K? Like, okay, if it's like a Switch game, then like, fine, but like, everything else should just be 4K, or close to it, but I don't know. But anyways, I guess my main point was, if you count the pre-show, then we are approaching the end. But I don't think they're counting the pre-show in that 2 to 3 hour mark thing. See, this is another 1080p trailer. This is like for a Gundam game, I think. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. It's not really a big deal or anything, but like, so today's December 7th. And, you know what that means? That means that Smash Ultimate is officially 5 years old. Yes, really. Which means that Smash Wii U is 9 years old. It's gonna be 10 years old next year. Oh man, I know I've already talked about in the past how I want to do some kind of video, you know, kind of to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Smash 4, because I think it's a game that really does deserve it. The game that means a lot to me personally, even if it's not the best game in the series or anything. It means a lot to me, and I feel like it deserves to like get talked about more. Okay, so I forgot to talk about this as well. So one thing I also saw people talking about before the event started was that apparently Nvidia said, hey, tune into the Game Awards because we're going to be talking about how like how we're going to be powering something new, and people are like, Switch 2? And of course, you know, aside from the obligatory, the Switch 2 is obviously not going to be here. Also, why would Nintendo be like powered by this Nvidia? Like, they're not going to do that. Nintendo doesn't talk about specs. We want them to talk about specs, but they don't talk about specs. So they're not going to be like powered by Nvidia, whatever. That's like that whole thing never made sense anyway. So yeah, that was the Nvidia thing, I'm guessing. It's like they're apparently putting Nvidia stuff in a new Chromebook. I don't think that was really worth a Game Awards trailer, but sure, I guess. So yeah, this is Helldivers.
Use the galaxy's most advanced weaponry. Fight alongside a squad worth dying for.
Then again, why would Nintendo talk about specs when their hardware doesn't really have specs to boast about, I guess? But hey, if we're talking about a new console, they can be like, hey, powered by Nvidia DLSS. That would be something they could promote. That would make sense. But otherwise, what else would they even talk about?
What is your life? My honor is my life. My craft is death.
What is your pledge?
There's been a lot of 21:9 trailers, surprisingly. That's also a 1080p trailer, by the way. Yes, I can tell, especially when there's text.
Okay, now we have a special surprise for you. Live and exclusively here at the Game Awards.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Warlindor, and I present to you the Old Gods of Asgard featuring that best-selling writer Alan Wake. This is Herald of Darkness.
Oh yeah, by the way, okay, so you know how last year we had, like, when they were doing, like, the little, you know, Game Awards melody thing for all the games, and they had, like, Xenoblade, and there was, like, the one flute guy that everyone lost their minds over? Well, apparently that flute guy has, like, a channel now, and he's, like, posting stuff on there, and the Game Awards actually on Instagram, like, promoted, hey, guys, remember the flute guy from last year? Well, he's got a channel, go follow him. Also, you know what? I'm going to show this because it's kind of funny. Okay, so, default view, right? Okay. So, Game Awards, this is for the tags, right? These are all the tags that they themselves put in. They put Nintendo in there, even though Nintendo hasn't shown a single thing so far, but whatever. But look at this. Flute guy. They put that in as a tag. It's like, really, that's not auto-generated. That's actually the tags that they themselves put in. That's, like, really funny, even though he's not even here, obviously. But it's kind of weird how they put the Nintendo tag in, even though they haven't shown a single thing. Not that I was expecting them to show anything. If there's something here, it'll be, like, the last thing they show. But it's pretty obvious that we're not going to get anything. Not that I was expecting anything. But still. When they do the Game Awards medley, I wonder what they're going to use for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm guessing the I'm guessing they're going to use that. Because that's, like, the main theme, basically, of the game. That's what I'm guessing they're going to use. But what about Mario Wonder? Does Mario Wonder even have, like, a theme? Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this at all in the predictions video. I completely glossed over Mario World because it wasn't even worth talking about, in my opinion. But I don't know. I feel like Mario Wonder being nominated for Game of the Year is weird. Because, like, why even bother? Like, it's like how they nominated Odyssey in 2017 alongside Breath of the Wild. It's like, you know it doesn't stand a chance against Zelda, so why are you even nominating it? I don't know. There's nothing against the game, man. I mean, Odyssey is great, and I'm sure Wonder is great. I haven't played Wonder yet, but, like, really? We're going to put it up against Zelda? I don't know. Then again, it's going up against Tears of the Kingdom, not Breath of the Wild. And Tears of the Kingdom, as I mentioned in the predictions video, has the downside of being the second game. It is very much a follow-up to its predecessor. So Wonder might have more uniqueness going for it. But even then, I'm not sure. I don't know. Just the idea of a 2D Mario winning Game of the Year feels weird to me.
In the role of Old Gods of Asgard, thank you to the band, Sam Lake, Remedy, Epic, the cast, and everyone involved to bring that performance to life. Something you will only see right here on the Game Awards. Now it's time for an update on a game we announced back at TGA in 2017.
2017.
shared the same story, the same fate. A family of strangers. A strange family. We have lived 1,000 lives. We have died 1,000 times. Whoever we were before this torture, we are now as one. Until the end. One final battle. My friends.
I do remember this game. I don't remember it necessarily being announced in 2017. But clearly it did, it's just that it's been forever. The main thing I remember from 2017 was the Champions Ballad being announced.
Crazy, that was 6 years
I don't remember
ago
that
we
much
announced,
else.
GTFO, and that's the final chapter. You've got a free weekend on Steam. Looks fantastic, but I think there's a little something more you're also working on, right?
Yeah, first of all, I have to say thank you for having me again.
Of course.
And you delicious menu. This suit is fucking amazing. Yeah.
You look good too.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
games
yeah.
look great.
Anyway, yeah, we're working on something new, and it's like a passion project, like all our projects are. And
You were known for Payday, things like that. So you're back some heist stuff?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we're back to doing a heist game again, and it's sort of a sci-fi thing that I've been dreaming up since I was a kid, basically. And yeah, it's it
Should we
is
announce
what it
it
is.
to the world?
Yes, we should.
You've been working on this for a number of years.
Yes.
I'm so excited. It's finally time.
Thank you.
Check out the new game from Ope and 10 Chambers. Here we go.
Mr. Bowman, your reservation.
From Pate?
Cancel the reservation. Reset the procedure.
Continued neuroprodding may severely damage the suspect.
Reset the procedure.
Yes, standing by.
Eject. Your subconscious was just spilling the beans about your recent Akajima district break-in. Let's continue. What were you hoping to find in the Nexus Sentinel? You mother... There's no use in fighting. I will get what I want. So that's how you found out about our Akajima vault. What were you looking for? A key. A key to what? Yes! What's the key for?
It's not what, Mr. Bowman. It's who. You see, just like me, you're caught here. You're caught in the den of wolves.
Where you at? Did you get it?
You want to know a game we haven't seen in a long time? Pragmata. Remember that game? It was announced at the 2020 Future of Gaming event for Sony, the PS5. And it was announced with like a 2022 release date in 2020. And then the next time we saw it like 2 years later, it was like, oh yeah, now it's coming out in 2024. Yeah, we know nothing about that game.
Extraction inbound. Good to go?
Easy in, easy out.
That's our ride.
was Exoborn. I met with the team at Gamescom to take a look
Not
at
to be
that
confused with
upcoming
Exo
tactical
Primal,
open-world extraction shooter.
the game that came out earlier this year that people kind of forgot about.
And besides facing other players,
Well,
in
one
the
of the
fashion,
games, anyway.
Vertical gameplay, as you saw in the Forces of Nature, unlock the potential of the player's Exo rig.
Oh yeah, one game I didn't talk about in the predictions video as for like a game that got quote-unquote snubbed is there's no nominations for Hogwarts Legacy, I think. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say, well, of course it didn't get nominated because of all the controversy or whatever that surrounded it for a while. But it's been like 6 months. No one really cares about that anymore.
I am so beyond excited to show you this trailer.
Yeah, that all that controversy where like people were trying to like cancel other people for just playing the game was like really stupid. Like, I mean, hey, look, if you don't like J.K. Rowling, that's totally fine, but don't be like, if you play this game, you're a horrible person. That's just ridiculous. That's just really stupid.
Oculus Studios and MetaQuest.
But for what it's worth, no one cares about that controversy anymore, so...
Trailer for Asgard's
Yeah.
Wrath 2.
I haven't played Hogwarts Legacy myself, so I don't really have an opinion on it, but yeah, all that controversy was really dumb. If you don't like the game, you don't like J.K. Rowling, that's fine. But don't be like, you're a bad person if you play it. That was just really, really stupid. Anyways. We just crossed the 3-hour mark, so we really gotta be nearing the end now. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Nintendo Switch Has Games thing yet. I'm surprised we haven't gotten even just that. It's kind of weird. Because normally when they don't have something to show, they'll at least do that. And we haven't even gotten that.
Dutiful guardian, here to right your wrongs.
Seen a lot of Egyptian influence.
There is no time or place you can hide.
Is this a VR game? I don't know why. For some reason, it looks like a VR game. Yep, it is a VR game.
Foolish mortals, oblivious to the chaos that awaits you just outside. I'll see you sooner than you think.
It's been an amazing year, not just for games, but for adaptations of the games.
Here we go, best adaptation. I think Last of Us is gonna win. And not just because it's The Last of Us, so of course it's gonna win, but because, like, it's probably the best received one of the entire bunch.
Now how about we turn on some lights?
Oh, the Fallout show. Hey, I recognize that guy. I don't actually know his name, but I know who that actor is.
Well, you know what they say. War never changes.
They said the line. They said the line.
From Fallout, please welcome Aaron Moten, Ella Purnell, and Walton Goggins.
They got a guy in the outfit. That's neat.
What's up, y'all? I hope you don't mind. We brought a little extra security.
So they're not CGing it. They actually have a suit.
Excited for you all to see
That's
Fallout
good.
on Prime this April.
But our
Not everything needs to be CG. It's a complaint everyone has about the industry these days. Like, obviously, you can't do practical for everything, but like, come on, you can make a suit.
Since our bosses are here. What?
Oh yeah, there's Todd.
Jonathan, no, Mr. Howard.
I don't know who the other guy is, but there's Todd.
Yeah, but we should probably hurry this up.
Todd, I was in the chess club 16 times the detail. It just works, Howard.
Okay, so this year, video games and film and television were bigger and better than ever before.
Bethesda is working with Amazon on that new series. I think Todd Howard's an executive producer. So yeah, I think I'm guessing Last of Us is gonna win this. Not even because it's The Last of Us, so of course it's gonna win, but just because it's probably the best received of all of them.
20 years ago, the world fell, and that's where the cars and guns.
Yeah, there's Anthony Mackie.
Wow. The best game goes to The Last of Us.
What a surprise! No one saw that one coming. Said literally nobody ever. And again, I don't even think it's just because Last of Us bias. I don't even think it's just that. I mean, that might be part of it, but I think it's more so just because it's actually the best received adaptation of all of them. And they're playing the theme song we've heard 1,000 times, of course. I'm not knocking it. I'm just we've heard it like so many times.
Okay, clock's ticking.
That-
Shout out to my partner in crime, Craig Mason, who's watching up in Canada.
Is that Neil Druckmann? Yeah, it is.
Huge thank out to our Naughty Dog family. This wouldn't exist without all your incredible hard work. Big thanks to HBO and the support they've given us, and a lot big thanks to our Last of Us community. None of this exists without you. Thank you so much.
We also want to thank our partners at Sony Pictures.
I honestly have no issue with Last of Us winning this. I know people didn't like it when Last of Us Part 2 won all those awards a few years ago, but this one I think is deserved. I mean, obviously the Mario movie was very popular, but it wasn't critically acclaimed the way Last of Us was, you know. So, I don't know. Okay. I think that this meme is like overplayed, the whole like Switch game farming simulator thing. But this is literally a Switch game that is a farming simulator. You know, I think we got plenty of those, you know? This is the Monster Hunter mobile game they talked about before. I guarantee you. Yep.
When I was younger, struggling with who I was, what my place was, I took a lot of that anxiety and put it into making games. I mean, it's evolved over time, especially as I've gotten into AAA.
Well, guess what, everybody?
Hindsight is a narrative exploration game which spans the life of a woman named Mary, is taking a core of something that happened in my life, keeping that and fictionalizing the rest of it. Whenever someone tells me that they've cried from something that I've made, it's always when people cry is where I feel, yes, I want to keep doing that. I want to keep making people feel things.
No Man's Sky. This game is probably the stereotypical example of a game that came back from the brink. The comeback. This is like the ultimate comeback game. Because I do remember when this game first came out in 2016 and how people just ripped it to shreds. And it has made a complete See, Cyberpunk, I don't know if Cyberpunk has made a complete 180, but this game is the game that people compared it to when it came to making a rebound. Like when people say, I wonder if this game will be able to pull a no, like, you know how people, there's like this saying that once you become like, I think it's a noun. Once you become like a noun, that's when you know you've made it. Like, the fact that people are saying, you know, I wonder if this game will pull a No Man's Sky as like a positive thing, you know, or something is kind of interesting. Is it noun or verb? I don't know. It's been like a long time since I've had to think about stuff like that. But, it's kind of like how people say tweet, right? You know? Or Google. I'm gonna go Google something. Or, of course, the stereotypical example. Oh, yeah, give me a Band-Aid or a Kleenex, even though those are brands and not generic products.
That right there was No Man's Sky, a game we announced 10 years ago with this guy right here, Sean Murray. Sean, looks like the content keeps rolling in 2024. But what does the next decade look like for Hello Games?
Well,
I've never played this game, by the way.
Just be a really big year
as
for No Man's
just
Sky.
saying.
Like you said, I've been working on it for 10 years now, and I still really love it, still really enjoy it. But what people don't know is that for the last 5 years, we've been working on something new.
Another game.
Yeah, something very different, something maybe more ambitious. You know, for...
Here we go. Tell us a bit about it, Sean.
Well, for No Man's Sky, we generated a whole universe of kind of sparse, alien-looking planets, and that wasn't easy, you know, it was hard, but there is something that's much harder that we wanted to do. For our new game, we wanted to create an Earth, you know, something as varied, a planet that is as varied as a universe, something bigger than Earth, something with, you know, mountains, real mountains, not video game mountains, but mountains that are miles high, taller than Everest, that when you climb to the top of them and look out, you can see rivers and canyons and continents, you know, you can see oceans.
So is this like an open world planet kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, the first real open world, right? Something without boundaries. And we're going to let everyone play in it together. It's, you know, a place where people can live out their sort of adventures together.
Well, we can't wait to...
3 hours, 11 minutes! We still haven't hit Game of the Year yet.
So we have a trailer, and, you know, it's quite a small team that's working on it. There's about a dozen of us. Actually, everyone's here. Everyone from the team is here.
We're very excited to share this. You and I have been talking about this one for years.
Yeah, we're super nervous, you know, but really excited. If, you know, people like it, this is a game I would like to still be updating 10 years from now.
All right, so Game Awards 2033. We'll be back. But no, let's take a look. This is such an incredible project, and I'm honored that we get to show it off. Should we do it, Sean?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
This is a 4K trailer, I think. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm kind of just waiting for this to wrap up here. Because I assume we're nearing the end.
Remember, that comes from an independent team. Absolutely incredible. I've been waiting for years to show that to you. And again, created by the team at Hello Games. So very, very exciting. And I'm excited to see games like that show kind of the next decade of where games are going to, and hopefully TGA too. All right. Now join me in welcoming to the stage actor Simu Liu.
This is Shang-Chi.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? My God, there's so many.
Guessing he had some kind of accident recently.
All right, first off, I want to address the elephant in the room. My foot's fine, you guys. I did tear my Achilles. I wasn't riding a dragon. I was playing pickup basketball in Miami. I wish there were a better story to this, you guys, but the story is this. You know, as you age, as you get older, you know, particularly as you cross the 30 threshold, your body starts to break down, all right? Things start happening, unless you're Anthony Mackie, for whom I think the laws of aging don't apply. Guys, just, if you're not Anthony Mackie, learn to appreciate the importance of stretching, all right? It's very important. Just keeping it real at the Game Awards, all right? Now, I'm here to share something that I'm really, really excited about. I recently got a chance to team up with Frost Giant on their new real-time strategy game, Stormgate. Now, RTS is a genre that I was absolutely obsessed with as a kid. I loved building armies and obliterating my enemies in Age of Empires, Command & Conquer, and of course, my absolute all-time favorite game, StarCraft. Yes! I'm so happy you guys cheered for that. Now, if you've been destroyed by carriers and void rays on BNet at any point over the past 10 years, that was definitely your boy. And that's why I'm so excited for Stormgate. Look, it's a noob strat, I understand, all right? But I loved it. Look, that's why I love Stormgate. It was made by a team of ex-StarCraft developers who are just as obsessed with RTS as I am. And in addition to competitive and co-op modes in the game, it's got an ongoing campaign that was written by Frost Giant with a little help from the legendary Chris Metzen. And so, yes, I brought a little
I'm
bit of
definitely ready for this to wrap.
and the first reveal of a pretty badass new character who I may or may not have gotten to voice. Let's have a look.
God's name have we done? Fight, cower. Either way, your world will fall.
That was me. See? Pretty good, right? And now it's time to hand out the next award. Here are the nominees for Best Action Adventure Game.
Best Action Adventure Game.
You're the killer. I don't want to be in the story. Just write me out of the story. It's my fault. This is something else.
Wait, what category is this? I wasn't paying attention.
Your soul
Action adventure.
And the game award goes to, no surprise here, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, so at the very least, it won one award. See, even if it doesn't win Game of the Year, they got at least one award. I don't remember how many awards Breath of the Wild won. I know it won more than just Game of the Year. I think it may have also won Best Action Adventure Game in 2017 as well. But hey, they won at least one award, so...
このゲームを作ったすべてのスタッフを代表してこのような賞をいただき本当にありがとうございます。
I'm so glad to be able to be here to accept this award on behalf of everyone who worked together to create this game.
我々開発チームはこのゲームを
You're like reading off of like Notepad or something? Or notes? Because it's an iPhone. I know it's an iPhone because it has like the Pro series like 3 like tri-barrel like camera arrangement.
Making this game the best that it could be.
プレイヤーの皆さんそれぞれのユニークなゲームプレイが皆さん独自のハイラルの物語となります。プレイヤーの皆さん本当にありがとうございます。
Everyone's unique approach to playing this game can become their own personal story as an adventure through the lands of Hyrule. And to all the players,
I couldn't tell you which one he has though. It's kind of hard to tell.
Thank you so much.
I will say that was a little awkward that he was like reading off of like his phone. I will say that, but either way. So hey.
Congratulations, Mr. Anuma. And I am happy now to announce winners in a few more categories at the Game Awards.
So at the very least, whether you think it should win Game of the Year or not, and we'll get to that when we get to it. It at least won one award.
and Starfield. And the Game Award goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
Another Baldur's Gate 3 win.
Here are the nominees for Best Sim Strategy Game. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Cities Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. And the Game Award goes to Pikmin 4.
Okay, I thought it was going to be City Skylines, to be honest. So, Pikmin fans, you got something.
Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest. And this year, the Game Award goes to Forza Motorsport. Congratulations, turn 10. The nominees for Best Multiplayer this year are Baldur's Gate 3,
Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate.
Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And the Game Award goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
The Baldur's Gate train is on the roll and it's not stopping.
Players' Voice Award, 100% voted by the fans. Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Genshin Impact, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And the Game Award goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
What a surprise! The one category that is 100% fan... What a surprise! I'm telling you, Baldur's Gate is the fan favorite.
And Samsung.
It's the reason why I feel like it's the only game that stands a chance against Tears of the Kingdom at winning Game of the Year. Oh yeah, isn't this like the Las Vegas like sphere or something? I think I heard something about this. Like they had the Xbox and PlayStation logos and a bunch of other things or something on it. I don't know. This is like Clash of Clans though for some reason. Well, it's a Google ad, but yeah, the Google Play and like the Samsung Fold. That's the ad they're doing basically. I mean, I know Clash of Clans is very popular, but like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm getting this song. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive, this was also something that we knew was going to be here.
ジャムセッションも悪くないわね。
うざって。軽視できないな。
頑張ろう。そうしよう。
そろそろ始めていいか。
We're almost at 3 hours, 30 minutes. And we're still not done yet. But then again, if you count the pre-show, then maybe we really are in like the last... I don't know. I keep saying that, but it keeps going.
Welcome back to the Game Awards. We still got some awards to hand out. Timothée Chalamet will be here to help, and we have some more world premieres, including this one.
DLC?
Something's come to my attention, and I'll be damned if I know what to make of it.
Some sort of crystal.
I think I remember Yoshi P mentioning, or Yoshida, I should say. Wait, no. Is it? Oh god, now I'm getting confused about who's who. I'll just say Yoshi P. Yeah, I think I remember he mentioned that they were gonna like do more stuff.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system?
Wonder if they'll improve the image quality of the PS5 version. I know people had complaints with the image quality, particularly in performance mode.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
I'm guessing those are the 2 DLC expansions? Yeah, okay. Cool. I know people look forward to that.
Experience new adventures before the final battle in Final Fantasy XVI with Echoes of the Fallen, which is out tonight on PlayStation 5. There's a shadow drop for you. Now to present our next award, Best Game Direction, please welcome one of our industry's greatest creative forces, the creator of Call of Duty and global GM for Star Wars Jedi, Battlefield, Titanfall, and Apex Legends, Vince Zampella.
Do we have Titanfall 3, please? Signed, everyone. As someone that's been a fan of Titanfall since the original, you know, Titanfall 3 would very much be appreciated. But
actually, let me rephrase that. The best game design is almost always part chaos, right? Today, it's really normal for teams of hundreds to work for years on huge open worlds that are condensed into one package. When that chaos has somehow been harnessed into a cohesive artistic expression, that's great game design. So tonight, I'm proud to present the nominees for Best...
Do you run from a story that lives in your head?
Together, we might survive. All Miles talks about is how to be a better Spider-Man.
I don't think Spider-Man has won a single award so far.
the winner is Alan Wake 2.
Is it just me or did Alan Numa look disappointed that he didn't win? It's probably not what that was. I love how they had like the guy with the camera just pointing at him, because obviously they gotta have one for everyone that's there.
Thank you. We want to thank Epic, Hector.
So Baldur's Gate has won a couple of awards. Alan Wake has won a couple of awards. Tears of the Kingdom has won one award.
Direction is nothing without a team.
At least as far as like the big games go, I think those are all the ones I can think of. Like obviously there's been like all like the smaller games and indie games and stuff. But in terms of like the big ones, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and then Tears of the Kingdom has won one award. So
you know, we can pull into different directions and nothing comes out of it. But when more than 100 people believe in the same vision and build something out of it, we can make miracles, we can make art, and we can be more than the sum of our parts. Our world today could use a bit more of that.
One other thing, next Monday, December 11th, New Game Plus, the final draft is going to be coming out. New story content, so yeah, go play it, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Game Awards.
Please welcome Gustav Tilleby, the creative director of The Finals.
I've heard about this game. I don't know much about it, but I've heard about it.
When we started building this game, we set a bold vision for ourselves. We said that if we're going to make a shooter, it needs to be unique. It needs to be something that no one else is doing. Standing here today, I'm so proud and grateful for the amazing team at Embark Studios who helped make this crazy dream a reality. And of course, to all of you, our amazing players, watching you play the finals has been the most gratifying experience of my entire career. You're not just a part of this journey, you guide us and you inspire us, and I love you for that. Now, let's watch our latest trailer and keep your eyes peeled for the launch date at the very end.
So apparently the finals trailer they're about the show, PlayStation already put up like 19 minutes ago. So that's kind of awkward.
That's right, the finals is out tonight on Steam, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. After the show, make sure to check out the Game Awards in Fortnite as well. All month, fans have been voting for their favorite user-created island of the year, and the winner is Fort Who. Congratulations. You can pour over the winning island from our TGA map. While you're there, collect all the TGA trophies for an XP boost. We want to help you unlock those Peter Griffin skins. The island code is
Yes, you heard that correctly. Peter Griffin is finally being added to Fortnite. It took them like forever, but they finally did it. I'm surprised Homer's not in Fortnite yet. I'm surprised Hank Hill's not in Fortnite yet. There's so much potential. I mean, we got Fry and Leela, but that was only because of the new season that I still haven't seen, by the way. Even though Futurama is like one of my favorite shows, I haven't seen the new season because one, I want to wait for all the episodes to be out, and two, because I kind of want to let, you know, sit there and settle before I really jump into it. Oh, here's Baldur's Gate.
It is time for you to join the others and complete our destiny.
Just wait till you see Baldur's Gate. You'll never want to leave.
Yeah, there's a physical version coming out soon. And I believe everything is going to be on the disc too, so that's cool. But we'll have to see what happens once it comes out. Of course, Does It Play. If you don't know who Does It Play is, they're a really cool website that is kind of, you know, tracking, you know, physical games, you know, like how much stuff is on the disc, whether or not it's playable, without any updates or anything, just fine. Yeah, they're a really cool website. If you care about physical preservation and all that, then definitely go check them out. You probably have already heard of them if you care about that, but definitely go follow them. They got a Twitter account and they got a website.
You've been voting on Twitch for which mobile game you're hyped for in 2024. After the show, check out the TGA post show on Twitch, where Google Play will reveal the winner of its Play More award.
Awesome. Thanks, Sydney. Well, now it's time for tonight's final world premiere. That's right, we're getting towards the end of the show. And this one, I will let speak for itself.
That's a high mark. I want to say Monster Hunter, but I don't actually know if this is Monster Hunter. But I know there's been talks about like the next proper Monster Hunter game. Oh, it is Monster Hunter. Okay. Alrighty, so this is the next full entry in the series, like the sequel to Worlds, basically. Cool, cool. It's been a while since Worlds came out. It came out in, I think, January of 2018. And yeah, we had the Switch game Rise, but that was kind of like a spin-off. 2025. Alrighty then. Well, that was the last announcement for the show, so if it wasn't painfully obvious, then but again, I knew we weren't going to get anything.
Producer Ryozo Tujimoto, it's so great to have you here at the Game Awards. We got to hang out in Osaka earlier this fall, where you showed me the gameplay. You gave me a demo of the game, and wow, I got to tell you guys, it looks incredible. Everyone wants to know, we saw 2025. When do we get to play this?
はい、ようやく、発表することができました。モンスターハンターの新作です。こちらですね、9月に、ジェフさんにも見ていただきましたタイトルなんですが、現状ですね、2025年、リリースを目指して開発しています。
Thank you, Jeff. I'm very happy to finally be able to
announce this title to everyone. This title, back in September, we were happy enough to show it to you. It's planned for release in 2025.
I think everyone wants to know, when do they get to see more on this? Any sense of when we're going to see more on this game?
はい、こちらのタイトルの続報はですね、2024
My guess is early 2025.
予定しておりますので、しばらくちょっとお
But
待ちいただ
we'll
けたらと
see.
思っております。
The last couple of Monster Hunters have been like the first half of the year.
10周年を迎えさせていただきました
Again, Worlds was like January, February. Rise was like February, I
本
think.
当にありがとうございます。
So
これからもですね、
we'll see though.
皆様に楽しんでいただけるいいゲームを
And who knows? Because it's coming out in 2025, maybe it'll get a Switch 2 port at some point, but we'll have to see. Depends on how powerful the Switch 2 is, of course. But that's a whole other conversation for another day.
Summer of 2024, so we hope you keep an eye out for it.
Well, I'm glad that the show is almost over because I'm ready. I'm ready to be over. We are approaching the 4-hour mark.
Love and support throughout all of these years. We couldn't have done it without you. Capcom will continue to create exciting, fun games, and the best is yet to come.
Excellent. Thank you, Ryo-san. Great to see you. All right. Well, now to present Game of the Year from the upcoming films Wonka and Dune Part 2, please welcome YouTuber Modded Controller 360.
I don't know who that is.
The imagination, passion, and technical brilliance of the 6 nominees for the Game of the Year were truly inspiring. Here with a medley celebrating each of these
See, here we go.
games,
Here's the
once
medley.
again, Lauren Balfe and the Game Awards Orchestra.
Would be kind of cool if they did get the flute guy back, but I don't know what they would need the flute guy for. But anyway, so here we go. Here's the medley. What are they gonna do for Mario Wonder? I have no clue. Version 6.03. I haven't played the game, so I have no idea what the music sounds like. Except for like the stuff from like the trailer. Is that the flute guy? That might be the flute guy, actually. I'm not sure. I think that's him. I don't think Resident Evil has won anything. I could be wrong, though. I mean, it is a remake, so it's a little different anyway. It's already kind of questionable that's nominated anyway, just because it's a remake, but again, it's a whole other conversation. Yep. Do-do-do. Yep. Will they be able to pull off 2 in a row? Can Aonuma pull off 2 game of the years in a row? I don't know, honestly. I talked about this in the predictions video, but honestly, I kind of feel like Baldur's Gate should win. I haven't even played Baldur's Gate, but I don't know. I just feel like it deserves the award more. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it does. But hey, if Tears of the Kingdom wins, I'm not going to complain about it. It's just, I kind of feel like Baldur's Gate deserves it more, honestly. And I wouldn't have said that in 2017 with Breath of the Wild. But I already talked about that whole thing in the predictions video, so I won't reiterate it, but yeah, it's gonna be Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom. Those are the only two games that stand any chance. And it could be either one. But which one will it be?
And the game of the year is
Drum roll.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Alrighty then. Okay then. Okay then. There we go. I feel like it deserves it. I think most people are going to be happy with that. I'm happy with that. Tears of the Kingdom's a great game, but I feel like Baldur's Gate deserves it more. It's the fan, like Elden Ring. It's the fan favorite. Everyone loves Baldur's Gate. Tears of the Kingdom is obviously a popular game, but it has its critics for sure. And sure, Baldur's Gate does as well. I mean, no game is perfect, but Baldur's Gate is definitely the fan favorite. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this outcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A game like Baldur's Gate 3 isn't possible if you don't have an incredible team working on it. And the team at Larian spent their hearts and souls for 6 years on this game in sometimes very difficult circumstances. This was
Hey, better luck next time out, Numa.
Along the way, we lost quite a few people also, so we want to dedicate this to all the people we lost, and especially to Jim, our lead cinematic artist, who passed away in the last month.
I actually didn't know about that. I feel like I would have heard of that.
Over 2,000 people, so sit back and relax. But I also want to thank everybody that supported us throughout this entire effort. Our families, our friends, our partners.
Hey.
You were the best. And
If you're disappointed Tears of the Kingdom lost, at least I got action adventure. I don't know. I'm happy with Baldur's Gate winning. I'm cool with that. Again, I mentioned this, but like, I feel like it deserves it more simply because Tears of the Kingdom's biggest downside is that it's so based on Breath of the Wild that it doesn't stand on its own by enough, I think, to deserve Game of the Year in my opinion. But obviously, you know. But yeah.
Happy holidays. Good night.
Alrighty then, so there it is. That's the Game Awards. So yeah, that went on for like 3 hours 46 minutes. That's at least as long as my stream has been going. It's more like 3 hours 30 minutes probably in the grand total. But alrighty then, so yeah, nothing from Nintendo. But again, I wasn't expecting anything. What were they going to show? That's for the current system. That's like, yeah, what were they gonna show? So I'm not really mad about that. I was not expecting it, but yeah. So whoa, hopping over to LTT all of a sudden. Whoops. But yeah. So we'll just close out of that, I think. So yeah. We actually got some cool announcements in there. You know, Jet Set Radio officially confirmed. You know, that whole Sega like mega drop is probably the big one, I would say, at least as far as I'm concerned. But new Monster Hunter, we got more Final Fantasy VII, got new FF16 DLC. Not bad, not bad. Feel like we got enough stuff out of that. You know, more or less good, I guess. I mean, obviously it would have been cool if we could get Prime 4 or something, but again, we were never gonna get anything Nintendo this year, so not really annoyed about that, you know. It's like, yeah. But so yeah, Baldur's Gate took the crown this year. I think it deserves it. Again, I haven't played the game, but I feel like just based on how insanely popular it was, and also the fact that Tears of the Kingdom isn't enough of its own thing to really earn that title, in my opinion. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm good with Baldur's Gate winning. I mean, again, Tears of the Kingdom won, I wouldn't have complained about it. You know, sure, I'll take it, but like, you know, I feel like Breath of the Wild definitely deserved the win more than Tears of the Kingdom, just because Breath of the Wild was like the big game changer for the series, whereas Tears of the Kingdom is very much derivative of Breath of the Wild. I mean, of course it is, but that's the thing that kind of holds it back. It's a good game. It's a good game. Still haven't finished it, like I mentioned in the predictions video. I'm close to finishing it. Alrighty then. So yeah. So I got nothing really else to say, honestly. Another Game Awards, and yeah. I think next year's Game Awards will definitely be more interesting from at least a Nintendo perspective, because obviously by the time because that's December of 2024, the Switch 2 will be in our hands by the time the next Game Awards happens. It'll basically be it'll have been out for I think a couple of weeks, or maybe months. I don't know. I guess it depends on whether or not you think it's going to come out in September or November. I can't help but lean towards the classic November release date. Yeah, the regular Switch came out in March, but that's just because the Wii U was on its deathbed, and they had to put out something now. That's the only reason that console came out in March. And it's very clearly not coming out in March 2024. That entire idea died in June when they revealed, you know, Mario Wonder and Mario RPG and stuff. So, and of course, now we have the Thousand Year Door remake coming. And so, I don't know, but anyways. But yeah, so, I mean, honestly, I know people very much have mixed opinions at best, I feel like, when it comes to the Game Awards. But honestly, I mean, yeah, it's long. But aside from that, I feel like I got enough out of it. There was enough neat stuff there. I'll definitely be excited to see, you know, Max's video on the new FF7 stuff. It's always cool to see him talk about that. And, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, yeah, as for Zelda, yeah, I guess better luck next time, Aonuma. For what it's worth, though, the next Zelda game will not be Breath of the Wild 3. That is pretty much confirmed at this point. In fact, I think I mentioned earlier how there was a Games Radar interview with Aonuma, and how they actually asked him about whether or not Ultra Hand was going to be coming back, and he said no. I mean, why would it come back? But they mentioned, will Ultra Hand come back in a new game? And he said no, basically. And then they asked about whether or not there would be a sequel to Tears of the Kingdom, like a direct sequel, you know, Breath of the Wild 3, basically, where they reused the overworld again. And he basically said no, which is like, yeah, that's what I would expect. But, like, that's good. I feel like that's definitely the right move. So while the next Zelda game will be open world, it will not be Breath of the Wild 3. They're not going to reuse the same overworld again, which is good, because they shouldn't. It was already controversial enough when they reused it once. Definitely do not reuse it twice. They've made it pretty clear that and that's also the reason why they didn't do any DLC, is because they felt like they had done everything they can do. And whether or not you think, and while obviously people can think of stuff they could do, but they themselves, the development team, they feel like, you know what, we've been working on this world, this Hyrule, for almost a decade, you know, going back to Breath of the Wild's development. And we feel like we've done everything we can with it. Starting with the next Zelda game, it's going to be a fresh start. Open world, but a fresh start, which is good, because that's what I think people would want to see. It's what I want to see. You know, whether or not you want Zelda to go back to the old style, I think everyone can agree we at the very least want a new overworld. And we're going to get a new world. We're going to get a new Hyrule next time around, whenever that game happens in like 5 years or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If anyone, I don't think anyone really watched this stream all that much, but to anyone that did watch this stream all the way through, or is watching this after the fact, thank you very much for sticking around, and thank you for watching. And by all means, let me down the comments below, you know, what you felt about this year's Game Awards, you know, the announcements, you know, whether or not you thought Tears of the Kingdom should have won or not. By all means, let me know down below. And yeah, that's basically it. Next stream, I mean, honestly, The Game Awards is pretty much the last big event in gaming that happens every year. This is kind of like the crescendo. This is the end. So we're not going to get any like gaming announcements of any kind for the rest of the year. So we're not going to do that. As for streams themselves, honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe I might do a Smash stream for old time's sake. We haven't done one of those in forever. But aside from that, I don't know what else I would do, honestly, as far as streaming goes. Now, videos, that's a different story. Now, of course, I put out the AverMedia short a little while ago. You can check that out. Yeah, you know, there's other things, again, as usual, I want to do. But again, it's very easy to put off doing stuff, as we had seen with the Smash series. But I'm done harping on the Smash series. It's on hiatus, and I'm not going to talk about it really again until it materializes again at this point. So we're going to forget about the Smash series for a while. Let's focus on other things. Again, I need to do a Switch 2 video. There's other videos I want to do. There's shorts I want to do. But again, you know, it happens when it happens at this point. Obviously, if you're still sticking around to this channel, which, by the way, thank you to everyone out there that still follows this channel, even after all this time and after all the big hiatuses where there's not that much happening. But obviously, if you're sticking around at this point, you basically know the deal. You know, if stuff happens, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I don't know. I'd like to do at least one more thing of some kind before the end of the year. And a short may not sound like it takes that much time, but a short is still a real video. It's just shorter, so it does take time. So I don't know. I'd like to get at least one more short out the door at the very least, but it'd be nice if I could get one more actual video out the door as well. I'm thinking probably the Switch. Here's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. But again, obviously with my track record, don't take this as gospel. But here's something I'd like to do. The obligatory Switch 2 discussion, that's not going to be a discussion, it's going to be an actual video. But I would like to work on that this month and then put it out on like the 1st of January. Like it can be the very first video of the year. It's kind of what I'm thinking, you know. But again, we'll see. And obviously no promises. So anyways, that's enough for me. I've been going for long enough. I'm hungry. And yeah, so again, thank you all for tuning in. For those of you that did, or watching this after the fact. And with that being said, this is Logan59XP. And I'll see you guys next time.